Hello, hello, hello. We're back again with the second part of this supersized episode.
Oh my God. I knew it was going to be a long time, but I was like, I jokingly go, hey guys, like we're starting at 7 p.m. We have 5 hours to cover it. And we went over that amount.
Yes, we did. And for reference, a normal episode of ours, like depending on the length of the movie, we've got like, I don't know, anywhere between 12 to 15 pages of notes. I only have 13 pages of notes here, and yet we still had enough to talk about for this many hours. So
holy shit, yeah.
Had to split her up into a second part. So yeah, without further ado, we'll let you head on into episodes 4 through 6.
So we move forward. Episode 4, it's the summer of 2014. We have this like incredibly long montage. I think this might be it's like My Moon, My Man.
Yes, okay. That's this one.
And Shane and Ilya are continuing to text. They meet up when they can. They're hooking up, going hard on and off the ice. There's like an incredible transition of them like playing, and like I think someone slams against the glass, and then they like go to the shower, and they're like,
and then he like slams him on the couch. Like,
We see a couple of things happen. Ilya watches Shane win the cup 2 years in a row. Shane is literally texting Ilya as like his teammates are celebrating in the locker room and people are throwing Gatorade. He's like, I'm speaking to the love of my life. Like the only one I want to spend this moment with.
My man. Yes.
Yeah. I think of, Brooke Davis saying, like, look around, who do you want standing next to you when your dreams come true?
Yeah. And then we also see Ilya taking care of his father in the off season. His dementia continues to progress. He also like focuses on texting Shane instead of hooking up or like flirting with the girls at clubs. And then they get back in the saddle. The season starts again and they get ready to play against each other. And this fucking shit happens in this episode that makes me so mad.
Yeah.
So everyone's in Boston. Shane goes to Ilya's place for the first time. Immediate hookup. And afterwards, Ilya's like, hey, I know you don't have practice tomorrow. There's no game today. Like, maybe you could stay over. Yeah, you want to be excited, but you know this is going to get fucked up 2 minutes in.
Yeah.
And you know what's really fucked up? I don't know if this is in the book or if it was on Rachel Reed's blog, but Ilya had been planning this for like over a week of like, okay, how do I like figure out a way to get him to stay the night? I'm going to stock my fridge with it. I'm going to get the ginger ale that he likes. Like, I'm going to make sure he's really comfortable, and then I'll very casually ask him. So he had been planning this, which makes it that much more devastating when we see what we're about to see.
Yep. So Shane agrees. They're geeking. They're out in the living room now. Oh, I'm so sorry. They take a little snooze together. They take a little nap.
And Ilya pretends to be asleep, but he's watching him sleep.
And he pretends to wake up. Oh my goodness. Ilya is like, ooh, I'm hungry. Shane's like, ooh, for what? He's in a sexy bag now. Like, food, I'm starving.
Yeah.
So they go to the kitchen. Ilya has his fridge stocked with the ginger ale for Shane. Offers to make them a tuna melt. And so they go to the couch and they start talking about their upcoming games, what cities they like to play in. And we really get like an actual conversation from them, which I think is really nice. What I really like about this episode, before it tears my heart out, is that we get to see so much domesticity from them and really like what things could be. And so Shane says that he likes to play in LA because it's hot. Ilya's like, ooh, LA has hot women. And Shane's like, yeah. Yeah.
Yes, they do.
I agree with that statement. Sure, yes.
Oh, there's hot women everywhere, actually. I've observed.
Yes.
Also, like, Montreal is very notorious for having the hottest women in Canada, so I'm like, okay, and... okay, and...
Uh,
So Ilya tells Shane about Svetlana and how she's like not his girlfriend, but it's nice to have a regular woman to have around like that. Um, oh gosh, yeah, Shane is having a breakdown right now.
yeah.
We can really tell, at least I think so, that like Ilya's just like trying to gauge everything, but it just truly sends Shane into a spiral.
Yeah.
Um, so Shane asks if he thinks, like Svetlana is the only one in Boston's gonna sleep with him because she's like off doing her own thing right now. And he's like, maybe I'll find someone else, probably, but you know me, I'm lazy. Same words that his father used.
Hmm.
Shane says,
Mhm.
I don't know that side of you at all.
Oh, how dare.
Screaming,
Yeah.
crying,
How
throwing up.
dare.
So
Yeah.
Ilya asks Shane, does he like girls? Since he never hears about Shane with any girls. Shane's like, well, yeah, that's private. I keep a lot of things private, like
Mm.
sucking your dick, okay?
Yeah.
Right, right.
We chill out for a second.
Hmm.
So Ilya says that he likes girls, but he also likes Shane. Not as a person, of course.
Right.
Obviously not. He's boring,
Naturally. Yeah.
No,
but he has
boring.
a good mouth. So,
And then Ilya gets a call from his dad, who is like
Oh.
not doing well. And Alexei, the brother of the year, eye roll, sarcasm,
Hmm.
hate him, is just dropping the ball. And he's like, I pay you to take care of him. It's like you have one job. Like you are
Yeah.
lucky enough to have a sibling that is willing to support you. Like the least you can do is take care of your father, but fine,
Yeah.
whatever. Um, so on the phone call, he's obviously like upset. Ilya goes back to Shane. Shane asks about his father, and Ilya is like, so you know Russian now.
Yeah.
Like the way he says it is so funny. And he's like,
Hmm.
I just know like the word for father because it's like papa. So
yes.
Yeah.
cute. Ilya smiles and they like are like cuddled up on the couch.
So
Ilya's like
cute.
playing with his hair and Shane starts like grazing his leg. Like even like the non-intimate, just like physical touch that the two of them
Yeah.
have together just has so much chemistry. Shane then just like gets on top of him. They start hooking up. It's hot and steamy as it always is.
Hmm.
They get really intense, and in the heat of the moment, Ilya calls Shane by his first name, and then Shane calls
Yeah.
Ilya by his first name, and that's like the first time
First
because
time
they've been
ever.
calling each other like Hollander and like Rosenhoff like the whole
Yeah.
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So it's like for him to be like Shane. I can't do a Russian
Yeah.
I
accent. That was
will
terrible,
say
but yes.
when he says, what is he? He's like, he's like, Shane. I feel like he dropped the accent completely. It was very much like
Yeah.
Shane.
Shane.
Yeah.
Loki,
And I was like, okay,
yeah.
what?
I guess
I
Shane with the long
really,
ace sound is weird for a Russian accent,
Shane.
maybe. I don't
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shane.
yeah.
Shane. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Shane.
ADR really took me out of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was just
Feels
so
right.
clear to me. And I was like, like their mouths are like not even moving, which is obviously why they did the ADR, but I
Yeah.
like
Yes.
just the
I mean,
sound
what
effects are the
takes me
best.
out of that scene is just the tuna breath that's being
Oh,
exchanged.
yeah.
And
Yeah, that's a
and
good
the
point.
tuna
Yeah.
spit that is used as lubrication.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh
The
gosh.
spit, okay,
yeah.
I didn't
watching it the
consider
first
any of
time,
that.
that's I
Yeah.
feel like that's one of like the least sexy things. It's like I don't
Yeah.
want a full like
Yeah.
hook to a spit on that thing. Absolutely not. Like in the way in which he does it, no. And I gagged both times watching this episode. I
Yeah.
was like,
Oh,
absolutely not.
I can't say I
Um
had the same experience.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No.
it's crazy. Them calling each other by their
Yes.
first
yeah,
names is
big
such a like boundary
especially
pusher.
because
Only
this
took
is
six
like
years.
yes,
Yeah.
right. Like this is like 2014. Like it took years.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, so they're kissing. Alias smiles. Shane pulls away and he just
Yeah.
starts freaking out and like lies that he's got a team meeting that he forgot about. And it's like, you don't.
Yeah. He's
But
like, you
okay.
forgot a team meeting.
Yeah.
Right. Like, don't fucking lie with me. Ilya's just like so disappointed, holds out his hand, says, Hollander. But Shane says that he can't do this. He's sorry and
Yeah.
leaves.
It's
Mhm.
so rough to watch because like you see the fear on Ilya's face as soon as he
Yeah.
slips up and says Shane. But then
Yeah.
when Shane says Ilya back, it's like relief and he kisses
Yeah.
him and he's like so he's feeling great that like this moment of vulnerability is being matched. It's not just him. Like he opened up whether it was, on purpose or not, but it was reciprocated. And then to have like immediately be cut down at the knees, like have the rug
Yeah.
pulled out from under you is so
Yeah.
devastating. And knowing that he like planned this for so long, I just
Yeah.
think about him like sitting on that couch after Shane left and being like,
Ugh.
why the fuck did I do that? Like if I hadn't done that, he
Yeah.
would still be here. Like,
Yes.
oh,
And did you see the breakdown of like somebody in the art department was saying that like the artwork behind their heads is a combination of like both of their jersey like
oh my God.
patterns. So it's
Oh,
like
I didn't.
black and
OMG.
yellow, and then like they're sitting like on opposite sides. So
Mhm.
it's like he's sitting underneath like the Boston kind of colors. It's like
Mm.
more of like a muted, but you can still see like it's Boston colors, it's the Montreal colors, and then it's
Yeah.
like kind of this like geometric like triangular shape, and in the middle they kind of have the colors like merged a little bit, but like you like even like the artwork is like
Yeah. Yeah, everything
yeah.
is just so intentional in this show. There is not like a single frame that is wasted. There is not a single line. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
everything is like I could talk about every single
Yes.
moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like even
Him
more than
saying,
I already have.
is the
Yes.
ginger ale cold enough for
Because
you?
he just bought
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The second, oh my gosh, the second Hollander that he does, his
Yeah.
face,
Oh,
he's just heartbroken, and you can
I
tell that he's
know.
saying Hollander to try to take it back.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
ugh,
Yeah. So Shane goes back to Montreal. He's like very, very agitated and very tense after this. We see him have like a lunch with his parents where he's like very short with them. And
At
these are the
Ciao
people.
Bella in Hamilton.
There we
No
go.
way.
Yep. Yep. And like he's usually very like comfortable around his parents. Like he has a good
Mhm.
relationship with them, but he is just so thrown by this whole thing that he's actually being like quite short with them.
yeah.
Mhm.
Can
But
I just say
oh,
that
go
this is,
ahead.
I'm so sorry, that this is like the most autistic reaction to anything I've ever seen. Okay.
Yeah.
Big change happens.
Hmm.
He's like, icky, ooh, I don't like that. And
Yeah.
then Shane tries to control every single thing else in his life.
Yeah.
Oh.
He like
Yeah.
can't get the damn ginger ale. He's super short with his parents, like, and oh my gosh, I
They
just
want to
like
go to
saw it
Wimbledon
to a
and he's
T.
like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like,
the way that he like completely shuts down, you can tell that he's like also trying to put out what he thinks people want. That's like a
Hmm.
huge thing. Obviously, I think like the masking and the hiding from, being in the closet, I think those like totally feed into each other. He's just
Yeah.
constantly doing what he thinks people want from him. But I saw that and I was like, damn, if I haven't had a big change that I didn't like,
Hmm.
was a
Yeah.
little mean to somebody that I really
mhm.
love
Yeah.
accidentally, and then tried to obsessively control every aspect of my life afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, same king, same.
Yeah. It's a spiral that he
Yeah.
is not even close to getting out of.
Yeah.
But he does end up going out with some teammates to a this after party because the cast of the like, quote unquote X squad is going to be there. Definitely supposed to be like an X-Men
It's for
Yeah.
sure. It's an
Right.
X-Men
insert.
rip because we see her like in her change room later where it's like she's
Yes.
got the red wig and she's got the like
The
They're
they're painting
blue
painting
her
her
body
paint.
blue.
blue and
Yeah.
like she's
Mhm.
supposed to be Jennifer Lawrence. Like she's
Yes,
Yes.
supposed yeah.
very much a Jennifer Lawrence
Yeah.
insert for sure.
Yeah.
So he breaks his no drinking during the season rule. Huge for him.
Hmm.
Yeah.
He has a beer. He ends up meeting Rose Landry, who is,
Wait, I have a quick question.
yeah.
Yes.
When he gets the beer, do you guys think he was trying to flirt with the bartender?
I think this is his first time kind of like acknowledging that he finds like another man attractive. Like
Yeah.
I think he definitely is
Mm.
like into this
Yeah.
bartender. He seems a lot more nervous like talking to him than to
Then Rose,
Rose Landry,
100%.
obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, he ends up like kind of accidentally meeting her. They sit down in a booth together. She is wearing the most like 2015, 2016 Peter Pan collar that I've
Yeah.
ever seen.
Absolutely.
Love the
Absolutely.
Bright
period
coral cheetah
appropriate.
print. Yeah.
Very like
100%.
Zoe Deschanel, I feel. Yeah.
Yes. Probably bought on modcloth.com.
Yes,
Hmm.
And
absolutely.
yeah, they end up like hitting it off. And it's Shane's first time really queening out.
Yeah.
And he's like having a good time. He's chatting as he's like, "Oh, this must be what liking a woman feels like." I'm like, "No,
Yeah.
babes. You're just
No,
having a
babe.
kiki. It's totally
Yeah.
fine."
Yeah.
But yeah, they end up dating, and we find this out at the same time that Ilya does, because he's in the gym when some of his teammates call him over and show him this article with all these paparazzi pictures of Shane and Rose
TMZ.
Landry.
That's a past
Yep.
walk if I've ever seen one. They called them up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Ilya is crashing the fuck out. He is pissed. He grabs that phone. He's like, I gotta read everything about this.
Mm-hmm.
Montreal and Boston then play against each other again. Rose can't make the game, but she's texting Shane before the game. And this is like the first time we're seeing Shane texting anyone besides Ilya before a game.
Yeah.
So that's a big change. And she's like, shooting is going late, can't make it. Meet me at this club after. And even though Shane hates clubs, he's like, I have a girlfriend now, and this is what I have to do. So he says yes. And Shane and Ilya both play terribly against each other. It's like neither of them are on their game. Montreal wins by like it's 1-0. Like they just barely scraped by a goal. And Ilya in his hotel after the game is like looking at himself in the mirror. We have some amazing face work going on by Connor Story. And he just goes, fuck this shit. We need to go out. I need to get laid. Tell people. And also the teammate of his who is his roommate.
Yes.
Let me find their name.
I wrote it down too. Yeah.
Everyone has a fact that I don't know. I'm so excited to be wowed.
What is your name? Harrison Brown, who is a transgender hockey player. So very
I don't
cool.
know.
Yeah,
I love
a professional hockey player who I believe they're like one of the maybe the first out trans hockey player.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
And then they came out, I think they were like, I'm not going to physically do any kind of transitioning until after I stop playing. So they were like a trans hockey player in the professional.
The PWHL, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So very cool.
I love that.
So I'm gonna crash out partially because I'm so sorry. I've been on my phone because I'm having some issue. I got a new phone. I have like this fucking shit that I couldn't log into my like bank account, and I just crashed out for a second on main. But I'm also crashing out because all the things she says starts playing.
The
Perfect
gas.
needle drop.
God damn it.
The gas that I
Damn
gussed
it.
when I saw this for the first time, jaw dropped to the floor.
Let me set the scene for you. It is 2012. I'm in my bedroom like I'm gay. I like women. I'm going to kill myself. Sorry, that's dramatic. I didn't. But I'm watching music videos, watching Glee cuts of Santana and Britney.
Right.
And all the things she says.
Right.
That was a big one for me. Okay.
Yeah.
So we hear all the things she said, and I'm like, already I'm ready to fight. I don't even know what's happening.
Yeah.
Shane meets up with Rose at the club, and her co-star Miles, a very handsome man who's very into Shane, and they all like go out onto the dance floor despite Shane being like, I'm tired, da da da. Meanwhile, boom, other side of the bar, Ilya getting a drink. When he sees Miles, he turns around because he knows that his boy, his love, the love of his life is here.
Because he's been doing all his little internet stalking. He knows like if he's here, then she's here. And that means he's here.
Right.
Yeah. And first of all, Rose and Shane are dancing. Miles comes up.
Yeah.
Sandwiched in between these two.
Right.
Miles is kissing his neck.
Yeah.
Right. First of all, Miles, bad friend. Second of all,
Miles clocked his tea.
Yeah.
On site. And I think Rose knew
something.
Something's going on. That's I will say it is like a little bit of a sticking point in this show that like the two actually like, well, not the two because there's Kip as well, but two of the like out gay characters are kind of shown in a bit of like a predatory light, like Sasha and Miles, where it's like they are
you're right. I forgot about
putting
Sasha.
forward these like unwanted advances.
Yeah.
that is like a little bit,
Which
You're like,
was so interesting to me because in the book, Miles is behind Rose. And
oh,
Rose turns to him, they start
Oh,
dancing, and then Shane is like, "Oh, I'm good to get out here. Then she's occupied. Like I don't
right,
right.
right. That makes more
passed off
sense.
my
interesting.
girlfriend. Let me go stare at, the guy I'm in love with kiss another girl."
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's like a lot happening. We see,
Hmm.
first of all, Ilya's recognizing that Shane is in the bar. Shane is having this moment, which, although I don't like the way that it comes up, it does seem in this situation that
Mhm.
Shane is into it.
Yeah.
Like
Hmm.
he's kind of enjoying it, but
He's
he's
overstimulated.
like,
Yeah.
For sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we cut to Shane being like, I gotta go use the bathroom, whatever. Also, he sees the player on
Yes.
Ilya's
He sees
team,
Marley
Yeah.
and the other
Yeah,
Marley.
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I gotta use the bathroom. Remix.
So
Shane
good.
gets out of there and sees full view Ilya sticking his tongue down
All the
this
things she
woman's
said, all the
ear,
things
throat, etc. You
Hmm.
know, touching, licking,
Yeah.
kissing,
Full eye contact.
full eye
Yes.
contact
Hmm.
with Shane. And
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yes.
like, first of all, Shane wants to be that girl. Shane wants
Yes.
to be the
Yes.
one in your grasp.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, what you're doing to this girl, sorry, that girl's a prop. Like, sorry to that girl.
Yeah.
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 That's what you want to be doing to Shane, your baby
Mm-hmm.
girl, your
Hmm.
real
Yeah.
baby girl.
Yeah.
Yes. And we hear in the background that it is not enough
Yes.
over and
This
over again.
is not
Not
enough.
enough. Oh, it's
Intercut
cinema.
with Shane and Rose going back to his apartment, taking off her clothes. Gorgina, he
Yeah.
doesn't care.
No.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a fuck about her lace thong.
No.
And he like all you can see is first of all, what a day. Shit game.
Right.
He's going out dancing. He doesn't want to do that. He's just fucking seeing Ilya at the club and now he has to top.
Worst day for Shane
Yeah.
Hollander.
Yeah.
Worst day
Yeah.
ever.
Like it maybe should be like recorded in history.
Yeah.
So if Shane ever has like another
Never have
bad
it happen
day, he can look
again.
back to it and be like, "Oh, but it wasn't this
But
one."
it wasn't that
Yeah.
day.
Right,
But
Yeah.
it
right.
wasn't, could have been
Yeah.
worse.
So if
And
you're ever
so
having a bad day, just know you could be Shane Hollander in, where are we, 2016, in that club in Montreal,
Yeah.
having his heart smashed to
Yeah.
smithereens.
In
smash.
technically at Mansion in Hamilton,
Yeah,
this is a real club that we should all go to.
we
Oh my
should.
God. If
Wait,
we
isn't
They
it
don't go
have
to
it. It's
that
like
hidden?
fucking
the
club,
lights are like that. They didn't like dress it up. Like it's just
Yeah,
like aggressively
Ooh,
pink
I love
neon with
that.
like chandeliers and shit. Like
wow.
that's like the vibe.
and we will be going, and we
And we
will
will be
be
Where's
going.
recreating this
Hamilton?
scene.
It's like 45 minutes from Toronto.
Yeah,
Okay, we can
That's
do
not bad.
it. I
It's
have a
yeah,
kind of
license.
like it's known as being like an old industrial town. Like it used to be like a really big town. I feel like during COVID, everyone moved to Hamilton because they were like, it's affordable and it's only 40 minutes from Toronto. And then
yeah,
it didn't become affordable anymore.
yeah.
But it's
Of
like
course.
there's one or two streets that are like very like old cutesy. The rest is ugly, boring industrial. There's like one
Mm,
mall and apparently the entirety of Heated Rivalry.
yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yep.
But I
Mhm,
would love to do this, recreate the scene. I will
Yeah,
mhm.
we
do
will go to
anything.
Hamilton for
Yeah,
this.
Yeah.
we can suss it out. What I will say though is so they have sex like Shane and Rose, and we see Ilya jerking off in the shower because he
Yes.
didn't go home with anyone.
Well,
No.
okay. So when
No?
I
Ugh.
Oh.
this is
The read.
unconfirmed, but
Tell us.
so when they show Ilya in his hotel bathroom earlier, it is a different shower. It is not that shower. The shower we're
Oh,
seeing Ilya in
fuck.
is Shane's shower in his house. So Shane is actually
Mm.
picturing Ilya jerking off, and that is what he is picturing in his mind as he is having sex with
How
Rose
did you
Landry.
even
Our
find that
faces
See,
out,
all
here's
just
the
dude?
fucking
thing.
dropped.
I
Oh
heard
How
my
that,
did
but
God.
I
you
didn't hear
find
it was
that
the
out?
shower in Shane's house,
Yeah,
gang.
because we see a shot of like Ilya going down on Shane in his shower in
Yeah.
that montage in the last
Mhm.
episode or in the
Okay.
earlier in this episode, and it's that shower.
That's crazy.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
I will
I
say,
don't think it's like out of the realm that like that is also happening like for Ilya that he went home alone and he's jerking off thinking about Shane. I think that is also happening.
Yeah.
But I think that Shane is imagining.
But Shane is like digging deep. Like Shane needs to dig deep into like the spank bank
he has to think
he's disassociating.
Yeah. I will say in the books, if I may, that's my tagline of the day in the books.
Yes.
Ilya's like making out with this girl and he does intend to take her home. But she's like, oh, like my boyfriend just likes to watch me like make out with guys on the dance floor, but like I'm not going home with you.
I'm sorry, your boyfriend's not straight.
Yeah.
And doesn't Shane goes home alone? He doesn't go home with Rose because he has to go home and like cry in the books.
Yes,
right?
yes. Yes, he has a breakdown on his way back, but we don't find that out till the second book. But Ilya, he does go home and jerk off in the shower alone. So
there you go.
But I really do think Shay needed to conjure up something to get through to that. Yeah.
Most stuff. But
it's so funny because like growing up, oh my God, going to university in like a very big like hockey town. Like I went to school in Ottawa and like my friends would like run into people like at bars and stuff that were like from the NHL because like there's not that many places to go out in Ottawa. So it's like one of my friends like met up with this guy. We were like at a bar. She was like making out with this guy like this. I wish I could remember his fucking name, but he was a really big hockey player in like this era of hockey. And she goes to his house because we're all architecture students. She wants to know what his house looks like. She had no intention of hooking up with him. Goes to his house. He like his living room was empty except for a reclining chair and a piranha tank, like facing the tank. It was like the middle of the room was like the reclining chair, the piranha tank. She's like, what the fuck is this? And then he was like, so are you gonna suck my dick? And she was like, no. And he's like, I've called you an Uber or I called you a cab because that was the era. But like, and like that was that. And I wish I could remember what his name was, but like I saw this scene and that was what I thought of. I was like, I'm like, this is so unbelievable. And I was like, no, this was literally me and my friends.
Yeah.
This was me and my friends in Ottawa.
See, I would walk into that room with a piranha tank and be like, you will murder me.
Yes.
Like, that's crazy. Oh my God.
I wish I could remember his name, but I don't think I will.
But the prolonged eye contact of Shane and Ilya on this dance floor as this like the most yearning song plays.
Yeah, this whole sequence is stunning. It is so well done.
It is burned
the song
into
is
my
perfect.
Mind.
Yeah. And like the remix too. Like everything about it is so well done.
The only thing I wish is that they could have also afforded the Russian version just to add a little bit in there. That's my one
that would have been fun.
Yeah, like when we see Ilya seeing them and if it was like the Russian lyrics, that would have been so good.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, y'all. We're almost there.
We're almost there.
Episode 5. Yeah.
3 hours
recording.
Yeah.
Hours.
We're at I don't know if they're my 2 like favorite episodes, but they are the episodes that make me most happy.
Yes.
Yes.
These are the titulars of the series.
Yeah, like we needed to go through the slog that was episodes 1 through 4.
We needed to suffer. We needed to suffer to experience joy.
Yeah. Sometimes you need to flop before you can slay.
And in the words of Taylor Swift, been through hell, but it brought me heaven from Invisible String.
Yes.
Yeah.
And here we are.
It brought me heaven.
Yes.
Time.
Like, let's talk about the invisible string between Shane and Ilya.
Oh, yes.
I see an edit in your future.
The way that like my brain is so like I'm so fucking sick in the head. Every time I listen to music now, I'm like, this is about Shane and Ilya. Every single song is about them.
Why?
Yes.
I listened to House Tour. Totally irrelevant. And I was like picturing Shane showing Ilya his property in the cottage, like
Mr. Real Estate.
Yeah, I do have this.
I have to make that shirt, Mr. Real Estate, Mr. Landlord.
I had a brain blast the other day about an edit, which like I'm not gonna make it. Somebody feel free to steal my idea.
Yeah.
So, we're spoiler alert for the cottage episode because I'm referencing that. So it's the scene
we
where
haven't spoiled the whole show.
It's
also,
over.
if you haven't watched it and you're listening to this episode, I don't know what you're doing.
I love that for you. Yeah.
So it's when Ilya says, "I love you" for the first time, and then we hear the lyrics from Taylor Swift's song Stay Don't Go, where it's like, I said I love you, you say nothing back, and he just goes, holy shit. And then it's like boom, clips of them, their whole
Yeah.
relationship flashing, and then you hear, you can hear it in the silence. You can feel it on the way home. It's You're in
That's
Love.
too
And we
good.
see all this stuff. And then at the end, like when she's like, You're in love, it's Shane going,
Yeah.
I love you too.
Ah!
So someone
Where are
make
the
that
edit
edit.
girls?
Oh
Yeah, get the
gosh.
edit girls on the horn. Like,
Here's the
Yeah.
they
thing.
need to make this now.
That was so much
that was
sweeter than
top
mine.
tier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Oh gosh, that was so good. The edit that I've thought of, I'm actually, you maybe shouldn't have told us that, Christina, because I think now you maybe have to do
I
it.
maybe have to make it, yeah.
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 But yeah, no, every song I hear, I'm like, that's about them.
Yeah.
Every single One Direction song
Oh
specifically.
yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
big
That
time.
oh, I don't know
They don't
what.
know about the things we do. They don't know about the
Yeah.
I love yous, but I bet you if they only knew, they would just be jealous of us. Yeah,
The Larry fandom crossover with Heated Rivalry must be
Yeah.
huge.
crazy.
It's a
It
circle.
is, yeah,
It's yeah, it's a
Yeah.
there's no, yeah.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Ugh.
But
But
All
we
yes.
right,
start
let's get into
episode
it.
5. Yes. We start episode 5. Shane wakes up. Rose is getting dressed, and it is revealed to us that Shane had, a little bit of an issue last
Yeah,
night.
yeah.
They worked through it, but it just took a while for things to get going.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Rose is chill. She's like, "Let's go out for dinner. We'll have a nice little chat, just the two of us."
Mm-hmm.
So they go to dinner.
I have the
She,
name of the dinner
yes.
place. Where is it? Where
Yeah.
is
Oh,
it? Where
yes.
is my?
Yes.
It is called. Where did I put it? Oh, it was. I organized my things instead of being by like restaurant name. I organized it by event in the show and then the restaurant name, which is so stupid. Because
Look
then
for
I had to
Rose.
search for,
Yeah.
like Shane dinner with actress Rose is what I called this. It's called La Trembore Tavern in Hamilton, and it is a very fancy like French bar restaurant. And I don't know, Christina, if you've been to the Restaurant Union on
Yeah.
Ossington, but it's like the same owners.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Very popular spot for
Yes,
my
very
friends in
popular
Hamilton.
brunch spot.
Yes.
Union. Yeah.
Yes.
We love a little wreck. I love that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they go to dinner at this very, very cute French place.
Mm-hmm.
And Rose is like, "Oh my gosh, you're so cute. Have I ever told you how cute you are?"
Me
You know
if
who
I
else
was
thinks you're
dating
cute?
Shane
Yeah.
Hollander.
Literally.
He's like, "You know who else thinks you're cute? Miles." He's like,
I'm like
really-
Rose.
Be so for real. But that's
Yeah.
like every straight girl that's like, I have one other gay friend. How about I set you up with that one other gay friend?
Yeah.
Have you
That's very true. Yeah, I think it's really all a non sequitur for her to try to be like, I know she was racking her brain. She was like, she's got the script ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, with all the
have you
boyfriends
guys
that she's had.
ever dated someone who you found out later was like a gay
My
guy?
prom date was gay.
Did you
He
like
came.
him?
No,
Like,
like we were like theater friends, and
Mhm.
I was sick of men and didn't want to go to prom with any of the other men I knew. And he
Mhm.
was kind of like, let's just go together. And I was like, no problem. Like,
Yeah.
you're a safe friend. And then, like, 2 weeks after prom, he came out to me, and I was like, I love that for you.
Nice.
But like, I feel like it was like we were like making out at prom, but like in a like we're besties kind of way, where I
Mm.
was like, but like I've never had like a not to the level that I feel like this is.
Yeah.
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 Have you
Yeah.
guys?
No. I've
No.
had the opposite where I thought someone was gay and we were friends, and then he was like, I'm in love with you. I was like, oh.
That's
Um,
actually my living
wait,
nightmare.
was that
Oh gosh.
That's my
Please
No,
fucking
this
out
this was
there.
when I was in like middle school. So
Oh, okay.
but I had like assumed that he probably was gay.
Yeah.
And then he was moving away. And before he moved away, he was like, I need to tell you, like before I leave, that like I'm in love with you. I was like,
Mhm.
oh my God.
That's crazy. Bye.
Bye.
Actually, please leave my
Yeah.
state. Goodbye.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've had the opposite problem.
No, that's my actual living nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I have not. All the gay people I've dated have wanted to date me. So,
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had the opposite problem where I wanted to date someone and I was gay.
Ugh.
oh gosh.
But I will say something about the like gayness and coming out of this story in general, I was talking to, and I guess this includes UK too, but I was talking
Ooh.
to some Gen Zers, and they, and also like this is like, a small two person group, right?
Yeah.
But I was like, aside from it being like, I'm not a gay guy, but it still like resonates with me to be like, wanting to be authentic and like
Mm-hmm.
not being worried you won't be accepted by your loved ones and your community and like whatever. Um, and they were like, yeah, I don't know. I just never felt that way because like I knew so many like gay people growing up, or like it wasn't like as big of a deal to like
That's
come out.
valid. I don't know if that's a Gen Z thing. I would question, is that like a city queer? Sorry, that's what my friends and I.
They're from
Yeah,
Jersey, the person I
fair.
was talking
Okay.
to, like Jersey City
Yeah,
area.
'cause I don't know. I say that I came out to myself at 16 when I like finally accepted it. It's
Mhm.
actually, I'm sorry, I have to share the story because it's about Pitch Perfect, and since Becca's
Mm,
here,
right.
I'm
Hey,
gonna tell her.
Pitch Perfect Queen.
Yes. It was like one of those inklings where I always knew it, but I was like suppressing it. And then I had a dream about Chloe from Pitch Perfect.
Mm.
As one
Woke
does, yeah.
up and was like, there's no way I can spin this. There's no way that this isn't gay. There's no way that I can make this straight in any sort of way. Like, I just gotta
Yeah,
accept it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then I let myself watch the Girls Like Girls music video by Haley Go afterwards.
Yes,
That
yes,
is
yes,
also a
yes,
formative
Yes.
experience for
yes.
anyone born, I don't know, like
Yes.
before 2000.
Yeah.
Exactly. But
Like,
I would say, like, gosh, I don't know because I think maybe that skews even more of like Gen Alpha because I'm just thinking like I was born in 99, so when gay marriage was legalized, I was in high school.
Mhm.
Um, but I think for me, like growing up in the South, I just have a different experience.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
growing up like around a lot of religious stuff.
Mhm.
Um, like I knew that my parents were probably gonna be cool with it, but it's not like the only other gay people I really knew, like there's no like if I were to get like married to a woman, I would be the first person to have a gay wedding in my family.
Right.
Right, right,
Right,
right,
right,
right,
Or
right,
like
right,
a,
right.
for a woman. So
right.
the only other gay people I knew were my other friends that were on Tumblr. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Likely
think
place for them to be. Yep.
yeah.
Yes,
And
yes.
I
Where
will
they
say
gather.
that
Mhm.
in 2014 specifically, like those early aughts eras, I feel like we had like such a boom of like gay representation.
mm,
True.
Um,
It's
it was
Glee,
just
like
like,
genuinely,
yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Glee of
yeah,
it
we
yeah.
did a
all.
lot.
yes,
Yeah.
you're so right. And so I feel like that definitely made it a lot easier for that like specific point when I was like actually coming out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
I
yeah,
think
I don't know. It's not like rainbows and butterflies. Not to say that their experience was, but I think it
Right.
just really
okay.
depends on the
Yeah.
region.
Yeah.
Like if you grew up in the South, you grew up around religion, stuff like
Mhm.
that.
There's also, I think, so many more people who identify as generally queer or like
Hmm.
Hmm.
bisexual, but like I'm in a heterosexual, actually, I don't know if that counts, but I'm in a relationship with a man now.
Yes,
And
from the
so like,
outside, it looks heterosexual.
right.
Right.
Yes.
So
Right.
if you don't like, I think for a lot of people, they just haven't had to like have a formal coming out because
Right,
they
right.
Yeah.
weren't, they've
Exactly.
never been in a serious relationship with someone where it would
That's
be
the
like a
thing. Yeah.
question.
I was
Obviously, I'm
actually
talking about.
talking. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Kate.
Say real quick, I'm so sorry.
No, it's
Yeah,
fine.
like obviously I'm talking about being queer here, but like I haven't like come out to my sister. Now, I'm not gonna insult her intelligence. She has eyes and ears. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
totally.
sure she knows,
Yeah.
but I
Right.
haven't said it to her. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's just my prerogative,
So if you're listening,
Surprise.
Yeah.
no, I was talking to the scene about this scene specifically to my friend that I was saying at the top that was like the closeted queer hockey
Yeah.
player.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've been texting every single day for the last 2 weeks about this
Yeah.
show, but I was asking about the scene. We were talking about the scene, and he was saying that like the way that this scene was like represented was so like lethargic for him because like that first person you come out to, that first person that like you're saying something to, especially as like a closeted man in like a very like macho type environment, and to have her have this type of like reaction, for her to have already kind of like known, like he said that like this was like the best version of what a scene like this could have been. And
Mm.
so
Mhm.
obviously being a straight woman who has no insight on this, like having heard things like that and having him have said, shout out Cole, for so much of the show to have that type of representation, I was like, oh, I'm so happy for like just like all of these things being done like right and like handled right. Like I just love that they put so much like care into these types of things.
Yeah,
definitely.
No, for real. I don't know if there's like a better way that this scene could have gone, really, for Shane for them.
Sorry, I've derailed us again. You can
No, you're
continue talking
good.
about the scene.
This is
that
important
was my
stuff.
fault.
Yes.
This episode's fault, it's not my fault.
So, right. Let's the recap of where we were because we really got off. I was like, Miles thinks you're really cute. And he's like,
Right.
oh. And she's like, oh, well, there's like a lot of gay actors, but not all of them are out. Are
Ain't that
there
the truth?
any gay hockey players? Question mark. And she's like, no, there's none that are like, public about it.
Yeah.
And Rose has to be like really blunt. And she's like, sweetie, I really like you. And he's like, I like you too. And she's like, but I have a feeling I'm not doing it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, no, you're fine. She's like, yeah, I know you like talking to me. And he's like, yeah, but do you like kissing me? Sure.
Oh.
Sure. Ooh.
I would be deceased actually.
Yeah.
If my man said sure, but that's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real. Also, just to talk about this, we're gonna this show is really gay. I feel like this scene is super gay with how much we're talking about all the different coming outs of it all. But this is something that I feel like could be like really common with gay men and struggling to come out, because something that I think is like very apparent is that men in general, not only are they not like taught not to be really emotionally intimate, but are also taught that the only person you can be emotionally intimate with is your partner.
Yeah.
And so I feel like, when these guys, they actually have a real connection with a woman. And I think if this, even in straight relationships, when they have a real connection with a woman friend, they're like, oh, this must mean something more. And I'm like,
yeah, I must be in love.
Yes.
This is what it's supposed to be.
Yes. And I'm like, oh, maybe you just like talking to her, broski.
Yeah.
Maybe you just love having a chill conversation, and I love that for you. It's called a friend, and I hope you get many more.
Yeah. Yep.
The same thing happened in Love Victor. Yes.
Yeah.
The same thing happened in Love Victor with like the first season. He's like, oh, I like love hanging out with her so much. And I'm like, that's a friend, broski.
Yeah.
That's a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and she was like, I may be, way off base here, but I just have the feeling that you might rather be kissing Miles. Clocked him. Shane has never like fully been, I don't know, asked straight on. And Shane is like, I really like you. And I know the sex stuff is a problem. And she's like, it's not a problem. Problem is something you can fix.
Ooh. Yeah.
Ooh.
If I were on the receiving end of that, I'd be like,
I've been shot.
Pronounced dead at 10:46 p.m.
And she's like, it's like a square peg in a round hole. And she's like, ew, gross. Yeah.
I'm like, why are you saying it like that?
She's like, you know what? And it's fine that doesn't work, but it doesn't mean that we can keep trying. And Shane breaks my heart. And he's like, it's not okay. And I'm like, yes, it is. And I know I may be reading into it, but to me, it's not okay is him saying, not the situation. Like, it's not okay for me to be queer.
Right, exactly.
He's like, no, you're okay with it. And he's like, no, like, I can't be.
Yeah.
So,
Did you lose your place?
She's getting a little, she's asking some questions. She's being a little brave, and she asks if he's ever been with a guy, and he smiles a little bit and he nods, and he thinks back to his time with Ilya, and she asks if it was different, and he says, of course, but was it better? Yeah, it was, babes.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Wipes his little tear.
Yes.
Sorry, Jennifer Lawrence.
In the memory
know what
they
he
use
thinks of?
specifically,
Yes. Tell him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Talk your shit.
And then he says, I actually prefer being the hole rather than the peg.
And that is when that is not only is coming out, but it's also his first Kiki
Yeah.
Yes,
with his
yes,
sister.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
And
And
Rose is
again,
like,
I
I have
love
a gay
Rose.
bestie.
Yes.
Yes. And
She's
that's
like,
all she
that's
needed
the
to know.
best thing any of my gay boyfriends have ever said to me.
Yeah.
And he's
Yes.
one, she's like, bestie, I went to theater school. I've been around
Yeah,
the
she
block.
said 80%, and
Yeah.
I was like, Rose, I think you have to look inward at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
your gaydar maybe needs a little bit of
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
Also
Yeah.
true. Yellow
Yeah.
For
Jackets
real.
queen.
Something to point out, which is not something that I noticed, is something the good people of Twitter noticed, which is
Always.
that when he is flashing back to all of these memories with Ilya,
Mhm.
they use
They're
different takes
different.
than they
Yeah.
used in
Oh,
the actual
Yeah.
interesting.
show because it's through like Shane's memory.
I
So like
fucking love that.
one that I've seen pointed out a lot is when they hook up at in 1221
Hmm.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he like
Two,
goes
two,
and
one.
grabs Ilya and kisses him, and in his version of it, Ilya has this like big grin on his face, which is just like very adorable. Yeah,
They think of everything on this
I
show.
know.
Think of
Thank you,
everything.
Jacob, for the work that you've done here.
Yes.
Genuinely incredible directing.
Mhm.
I know I said this in the group chat, but it's like one of the like best adaptations I've ever seen to screen. Like it makes so much sense, all the changes that he made. I just want to study it if I ever like
Yeah.
need to do an adaptation.
Yeah, I would watch
But
like a documentary about how he went about this whole
yes.
process.
And
Totally.
I love the choice of the shots that he did. I like love how wide everything is. It just like
Hmm.
looks so beautiful and intentional.
Yeah.
So Rose is like an absolute sweetie pie. They get out together. She's really cool about it. And she's like, hey, I want to be friends and not in the bullshit way. Like, I want to be best
Yeah.
friends. I love you. I think you're hilarious.
Yeah.
And I doubt there's a lot of people you can talk to about this. So I would
A
love to be
queen.
there for you.
Mhm.
And
We
that's
loved
that's
her.
my Queen Rose right there.
Yeah, love her.
She's so good.
Yes. And she goes off in her little taxi. She drives away.
Yes.
Yeah.
A little cab in Montreal, Hamilton.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, so it's 2017. There's an all-star game, and it's the first ever East versus West, which is untrue for the NHL, but alas. So
Yeah. In
I
the
was like,
book, they like explain it away to
The
being like,
sports in this whole show
I was
is
like,
yeah,
this is
full of shit. Full
right.
of
I was
shit.
like,
yeah,
what do you mean the first time? Because like the whole time I was like, he plays for Boston, he plays for Montreal. Like surely they play together on a lot of
yeah,
the same like all-star style
Right.
teams if
yeah,
they're both the best players in the world. And I was like, no, apparently for the first time ever, it's East versus
yes.
West. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, carry on.
In
You're
the
So
book,
like,
there's like
last
literally,
time it was Europe versus
yes,
yeah,
North
I'm like,
America.
be so for real. Be
yes. They
so
said
for
that's
real.
like the first one in the book. They're like, oh, because of like this North American European thing, or like because of injuries that we've had in the past. And I was like,
No,
okay,
no,
thank
no.
you,
Do you know how much
What?
thank you.
money
One
an
excuse
all-star
mine.
weekend like makes for the NHL? No,
Yeah.
no, no. We're East versus West all for
Hmm.
sure,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Do whatever
So
you got to do, Rachel Reed.
yeah, yeah, you you do you, Queen. Um, Ilya and Shane playing for the first time ever on the same team.
Mhm.
They are in Tampa. They are at a pool bar at fucking Laval in
Yeah.
Toronto.
Okay, tell me the tea.
So we
Like
can
what?
go there.
So Laval is so funny because it's like very notorious where it's like during the day it's like swanky restaurant. Like my cousin got engaged there. Like you've got this beautiful view of like the CN Tower, obviously the
Mhm.
pool, like you see. At night it is like disgusting, like
King
university
Street
nightclub.
Club.
Oh
Yeah, like
shit.
Yeah.
dirty, grimy. You could not catch me dead at fucking
19-year-olds
Laval.
as far as the eye can
Oh
see, because that's
Like
no.
the drinking
there's
age here.
cocaine in
Oh,
the
geez.
bathrooms. Like this is
Yeah.
not for me. We did like a
Oh
party
no,
at
there's
TIFF there.
cocaine.
Oh no, 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 not in the pretty streets of
Not in
Toronto.
the brat shirt.
Yeah, no, no, no. So they're at Laval. They're
Yeah.
at a
Yeah.
bar in Tampa, at a hotel in Tampa. Ilya is like super rattled because of everything with like the rose of it all.
Yeah.
Shane sits down next to him, orders a drink. Shane is like more confident for like one of the first times because like all
Mhm.
of a sudden like Shane has all the information and like Ilya doesn't. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shane tries to make conversation with Ilya, as if like, did you bring anyone with you to this all-star weekend? And or sorry, Shane tries to make conversation. Ilya asks if he brought anyone with him because he's like sussing out the Rose situation. And Shane is
Mhm.
like, no. And Ilya's like, I also didn't bring anybody. And they're talking about each other's like fits and how he got like a stylist, which I thought was kind of cute and I feel like real for like athletes.
Yeah.
Um, they were talking about how this weekend will give them a chance to know each other because like they're playing on the same team and stuff like that. Um, and then yes, they're talking about the stylist. Ilya tries to like laugh and be like, "Of course you got a stylist." Like it's so silly,
Yeah.
but like he looks so good. Um, asks about Shane Landry. Shane says no, and then Ilya comes like directly out and is just like, "Are you still together?" And Shane's like, "No." She's great, but they're not compatible. Uses the word
Mhm.
compatible,
Mhm.
which I
Mhm.
feel like is a word that maybe I feel like is should have been known, but we'll get to that in the next
Yeah.
That's so
note.
valid.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did appreciate that he's finally just like,
I'm
I
just gonna say
like
it.
need to know. Yeah.
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 What's the
I
gossip?
love
What's the tea?
I really love this scene in the book because we just
Mhm.
see how much like Ilya is freaking out when he sees Shane confident. He's like, "Oh, it's because he met Rose."
Yeah.
And like he's like made her confident. Oh, he has
Aw.
nice clothes because Rose took him out.
Yeah.
He's like thinking of all these things. And when Shane is like, "Can I tell you something you promised not to tell anybody?" He's like, "Oh, he's gonna tell me that he's engaged to Rose and he doesn't need me anymore."
Wait,
One
that's in the
line,
book?
Yeah.
yes.
I have to read it.
Yes. And so that's why he laughs because he is so relieved. He's like, "Oh, like, like I wouldn't have guessed this in a
He
million
was
years."
spiraling. He was baby girl
Yes.
was crashing
Yes.
out.
Right,
He
right.
Mhm.
sees the funniest thing. I laugh every time I've read it. He sees a watch on Shane's wrist, and in his brain he goes, "A gift from Rose, maybe." Like he can't get this girl out of his head. Like that is
Meanwhile,
his
he has a wand
biggest off.
sponsorship, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, meanwhile it's a smartwatch and he has a Rolex sponsorship.
Yes.
Oh, I know, like right, yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh
Yeah,
my
no,
gosh.
I love this scene. I think that the way that they bounce off each other is so great. And like Shane is coming into this confident because he is like finally admitted not only to himself but also to somebody
Yes.
else that like he's gay for the first
Yeah.
time ever.
Right.
And so he is like on this kind of self-acceptance path at the moment. And so he's
Right.
like excited to see Ilya again. He's excited for like the possibility, but Ilya is so like, is he fucking with her? Is he single? Like what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, just and then we get to see the relief wash over him when he realizes like, oh, okay, it's not over for us.
Right.
So Ilya's now he's in the best mood. He's having
Yeah.
a silly goofy time in the pool with the kids.
That
Oh,
He's
I
love.
loved
playing
that
fucking
moment.
sharks
Yeah.
with them, making sure that Shane sees he's like, Hollander, Hollander, make sure they aren't cheating.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's just like so adorable. They play the All-Stars game. Their chemistry on the ice is electric. Like they're doing so well. Ilya actually kisses Shane on the helmet when they score, which is
Dude, and
like
Shane is like,
huge.
Shane is gagged.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because like this is the one time that they're able to like show affection for each other because it's
Yeah.
under the guise of, oh, we're playing the sport. So we
We're
can touch each
Yeah.
teammates.
other. We can touch each other and it's cool because we're in
Yeah.
Yeah.
uniform.
We're teammates. I'm gonna touch your butt a little.
Yeah.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think every football player is gay.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
looking for an excuse.
And they'll
hmm
never talk about it.
Exactly.
We then get this absolutely beautiful scene that it still blows my mind that this is filmed in front of a giant screen and it's not real
I
because it
know.
looks so good. But Shane is on the beach watching the sunset. When Ilya comes over, he's like, "Oh, found you." He's like, "Oh, were you looking for me?" No. But they sit down together
Hmm.
and Ilya tells Shane that he looked up the word compatible. He thought he knew what it meant, but he just wanted to be sure. He's like, "So you and Rose not compatible?" And he's like, "No." And Ilya then like inches his hand closer to Shane's in the sand and they like touch fingers. This is our first time like
Oh my
touching
Yeah.
each other
God.
in months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Shane this time looks at Ilya and asks what his room number is.
So we go back to Ilya's room. Shane looks very stoic,
Yeah.
when he comes in
Yeah.
and Ilya's like, okay, what's going on? And he tells him that he has something serious to talk about and admits that, well, he doesn't admit yet. He kind of just says, like, it's not just me, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's something more going on here. The last time we were together, it was very different. Ilya's being very avoidant, and Shane acknowledges that he freaked out and left. And he's like, I'm sorry that I did that. Like that.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
And Ilya's like, look, we just hook up. It's simple. But Shane calls him on his shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, Ilya, I'm gay. And I the most earnest man. The
Yeah.
most earnest man. And Ilya's like, yeah, what gave you that idea? Like,
Yeah.
but then he's like, no, you're not gay. Like, I am gay. Like,
Yeah.
it's toast. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
over for me. But he's like, okay, like, so what? And he's like, well, it was a big deal to me. He basically says it's not just that he's gay, it's him, their relationship, it's this whole other thing. And last time, before he freaked out and left, it was nice. And Ilya's like, it was, but we could never be something. And Shane
Punch me in
is
the
like,
fucking gut. You
I
know?
know. I'm like, after all this fucking time, are you
Right.
joking?
Yeah. We're
I'm
what,
going to
7 years in? 7, 8 years?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Devastating blow. And Shane presses it further. He's like, okay, but if if we could, like, would you want to? And he's like, I can't. And Shane says he can't keep pretending he doesn't like him. And Ilya's like, you don't like me, which I think part of it is like, I can't delve into that. Like, I can't even, you know, um, what's the word? I can't even entertain that
Right.
Like, can't even
because
comprehend it right now. Yeah.
Right.
he's like, it would hurt me too much to
Yeah.
admit it and then not be able to follow through. But I
I think
also think
also he thinks he doesn't deserve it.
that's what I was just about to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like he also thinks he doesn't deserve love, and like all of the fucking people who've been closest to him in his life have torn him
Mm-hmm.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Shane insists that he likes him maybe a little too much. I'm like, oh,
Ooh,
right on the tip of
it's
your
almost
tongue.
there. It's almost there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ilya says that he can't do this because he would not be able to go back to Russia ever. He does not have a support system. His dad, his brother are the police. Shane asks about his mom, and Ilya says that she died when he was very young. So Ilya says that his dad is old-fashioned and that he is very sick with dementia.
Mhm.
And Ilya gets emotional and he turns away. He's tearing up just thinking about everything that's finally been said. And Shane decides to comfort him, sits in his lap. Ilya apologizes for crying.
That breaks my heart every time. He like looks
Yes.
away to
He's like,
cry. I'm
Uh-huh.
sorry. Because he's always been told don't show emotion, like don't
yes,
show
Right.
weakness.
yes. And Shane
Mhm.
gets in his lap, kisses him, and he's like, holds him. It's gonna be okay. So they have some intercourse after that.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yes,
And
yes,
we
of course.
don't,
What show are we watching?
yeah,
Yes,
but we
yes.
notoriously don't see it.
We
It's a
don't see
fade to
it.
black because
Yeah.
this was all
Because
about
it's
the
different
emotional
now.
intimacy.
Yes, because
Yeah.
it's about the emotional intimacy now. And as Shane is leaving, they say goodnight and they use each other's first names.
And he
Oh,
doesn't freak out.
Yes. Like,
yes.
good
Oh.
night, Shane. Good night, Ilya. Ugh. I'm like, this is the confirmation that we needed. Like, obviously we have this beautiful moment, but I feel like they have so many big moments and then they pull back. I'm just so glad that they kept on like leaning in after
Yes,
this.
Yeah.
totally. 2 weeks later, we meet again. Shane and Ilya meet up at Ilya's house. Ilya's brother keeps calling because he's the literal worst, so obviously he's not going to pick up the phone. But perhaps maybe this was the time we were supposed to have picked up the phone. Shane kind of tries to ask about Ilya's family, and he brushes it off, but not in like a mean way, like a nicer way than usual. Boston and Montreal play against each other once again. Boston wins, and I feel like they do a good job of like being like you win, you win, you win, you win. Like it's
Yeah.
kind of like back and
Yeah.
forth a little bit in the game or in the show. Um, After Boston wins, Ilya finally answers his brother's call and finds out that his father has died, so he has to go back to Moscow. And then once he's in Moscow, he FaceTimes Shane, and Shane is like, what can I do to like be there for you? Like, let me know.
Yeah. So
And
it's
he
like
was
a
wearing
huge
his
moment.
sexy
Yeah.
glasses.
Yeah.
You're
Ilya
right.
is
I'm
Yes.
like,
This is
yeah,
what
yeah,
you're
so
the
right.
death, the death, the death,
You're
the death.
right. This
Yes.
is the glasses scene, and he's just like, I cannot tell you until you put back on your glasses.
And
Yes.
like he's
Like,
so real for that. Like I'd
Yeah.
also be like,
I'm
put
like,
those
yeah,
slutty
but
Yeah.
little glasses back on.
Yeah, for
the
real.
slut the what
Gosh.
the world has done, what Jonathan Bailey has done for slutty little glasses,
Hmm.
Yeah.
what then has the world done is truly
Yeah.
remarkable.
Yeah.
What a man with dark hair and sad eyes when he puts on glasses, it just, I don't
Yeah.
know, it just like turns it up so much more.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
sold. I'm there.
God.
It's over for me.
But
yeah.
yeah. Whew.
Yeah.
So we see in Russia, Ilya attends his father's funeral. He's at this like very somber family dinner
Mhm.
afterwards. And
God.
it's just like it's
Literal
stifling.
death. Yeah.
Yeah. So he has to step out during this meal just to like breathe for a second.
Hmm.
And Alexei follows him and he fucking throws Ilya up a wall. He's like, "Oh,
He's so for real.
what's your plan? Like you abandoned this family." Like being just like a villain, a true
You're
villain.
paying for this
The
family and also
toxic
like
masculinity is insane.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And like not for nothing, but it's like don't fucking hit your brother because you can't in like his whole career is based off of his physicality and like
Yeah.
being able to like so the fact
Hmm.
that you're like going ahead and like trying to be physical and like hurt
Yeah.
him in
Yeah.
not just like in an emotional way, but like in a physical way is also just like you know that this is his job. Like fuck
Yeah.
off.
No, he's a straight up monster.
Yeah.
And Ilya's like, "Hello, it is my money that feeds you and puts coke up
Yes.
your nose. Like, give,
Literally.
give me a fucking break."
Yeah.
So Svetlana comes in to back up Ilya and help him out. And Alexei calls her a whore. And
Fuck yeah.
that is like the
Crazy,
last straw for
crazy.
him. Like
Yeah.
Ilya won't stand up for himself, but he refuses to let anyone like be that way about somebody that he loves.
Hmm.
And I feel
Hmm.
like that is like it's this very like a Slavic or Eastern European, whatever you want to call
Yeah.
it, like trait of like, oh, if you're my like person, you're my family, like I'm gonna go 10 toes down for
Right.
you.
Hmm.
And he's about to like beat the shit out of
Yeah.
Alexei when Svetlana stops him because she knows where this is going. And she's like,
Yeah.
he's not worth it. At this moment, Ilya makes like a very, very serious decision.
Yeah.
He tells Alexei he can have his apartment and he'll make a trust for his niece that she can have when she's 18, but that's it. You never contact me ever again, or I will use every resource, bit of money, an ounce of fame that I have to make sure that you can't show your face walking down the street without somebody wanting to bash your fucking head open.
And that's that on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Hmm.
it is
Deserved.
in this moment where he's like, I'm never coming back here again.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Alexei wipes his tears and leaves. And Svetlana is, kind of being there for Ilya, and he says that he doesn't deserve her. And she says that he does, but he doesn't want her. And he says that he loves her, and she's like, I know, but it's not the same as it is with Jane, is it? And she says that she loves him and she isn't going anywhere.
A
And
real
she just
friend.
hopes that Jane knows how lucky he is.
And he
And we
needed
screamed.
the validation
Hmm.
of the
Yeah.
one person who loves him and who's like there for him to be like,
Hmm.
I am not going anywhere if
Yes.
pursue
Yeah.
the person you love.
Yeah. Because she's known that he's been texting this girl, Jane, for years. They
Yeah.
have like another conversation earlier
This
on where
girl.
she's like, yeah, this
Yeah.
Yeah.
girl, where she's like, oh, who's this like Jane person? You've been texting for like years. Is it serious? And
Hmm.
he's like, no, no, no. And I think the reason that she clocks that it's not a girl is because he hides it from her. And he doesn't
Right.
hide
Yeah.
any other girl.
True.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he's pretty open about his bisexuality, at least
Yeah.
because, like, she knows about Sasha. He's
True.
Yes.
like, leave him alone. I think when she clocks it is when he's watching Shane's, like, little
Mm,
documentary thing.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, and she says he's hot.
Because
Yes.
during that time, he's like consuming so much media around Shane and around Rose. Like, she's a smart cookie. I'm sure she picked
Yeah.
up on it.
Right.
And she's
Mhm.
also a huge hockey fan.
Yeah.
So I'm sure she did not have an issue with the rhyming of Shane and Jane like we did. Yeah.
Right.
Oh my gosh, she's
And
probably
some
like,
women are better than us, yeah. And
yeah,
it's
that's so true. So Ilya making these insane life decisions goes for a walk, and who does he call the love of his fucking life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
And Shane is like, hey, like, how are you? He's worried, sick about him. And he's like, my family is at their worst. And that makes me my worst. and he is upset, but maybe he's upset at the wrong thing. And he's like, Shane's like, not your dad's death. And he's like, no, I wish like my dad could have known me. But he is feeling a rush of emotion. And he's like, it's really hard for me to speak in English right now. So Shane is like, hey, maybe, so baby girl for this.
Yeah.
Yes,
He's
this was
like,
so beautiful.
maybe you could speak to me in Russian. You know, I won't understand, but maybe it'll help.
The way I'd be in there fucking recording, Google translating, there's
Yeah.
no scenario where I'd be like, oh yeah, this is romantic. I'd be like, no, I need to fucking know.
I'd be like, let me just put you on a brief hold. Anyone
Yeah.
know Russian? I need a Russian.
And that is why
Yeah.
Shane is the perfect person for Ilya, because that doesn't even cross his mind.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He
Could be
just
me. Love
presses
that for
that
him.
phone to his
Yeah.
cheek and he closes
Close
his
his
eyes.
eyes.
Mhm.
Oh.
And in my head, I picture like, I mean, they play like a very beautiful soundtrack while it occurs, but I picture like Shane, like his eyes are closed. He's like imagining all of these moments that they've shared together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not as good in English, but I will
No.
be reciting the
But
monologue.
Yes.
do it.
Hello, I'm
Already.
Mariah Cruz. I will be auditioning for the part of Elia
Yeah.
Rosanna.
Rosanna.
So he tells Shane, I never want to come back here again. I fucking hate it here. And they all fucking hate me. I pay for everything. I make sure everyone has the clothes they like. I make sure the food is perfect, that father is buried next to his parents, that the tomb is perfect. And the only fucking word I ever hear is, I want more, Ilya. I need more, Ilya. More, more, more. And I have nothing for these people. I give them everything, but I feel fucking empty. They don't care. They look at me and they see a bank or an enemy or I don't even know what. My brother, he always hated me and I know why, but it kills me. And it kills me that he took care of my father and I didn't, but I couldn't, I wasn't here. I still paid for it all and he will never forgive me for any of it, for existing. And that means I have no one now. Well, not no one. I have Svetlana. She loves me. And I love her, but not like, fuck me. Not like I love you. That's the worst fucking part is that all I want is you. It's always you. I'm so in love with you and I don't know what to do about it.
Oh my God.
The fact that it's said in Russian is like such an incredible, like,
Yeah.
Absolutely. An
ugh,
emotional gut punch, the way that he
Yeah.
performs this monologue and he's sitting in a fucking tunnel in fucking Hamilton. Like it's just
Yeah.
like you can Google it. It's like the Pink Tunnel. It's like a very well-known little like tunnel in some fuck ass park in Hamilton. But like it's just so it's such an intense scene and I feel like if this was an award contending show for the Emmys
Yeah.
because
oh, that's
this
the,
would be it. This is the
Yeah.
scene. This
Yeah.
is the scene that they would submit to the Emmys. And
Yeah.
for
yeah,
those that don't know, we were kind of talking about this before the record was like Canadian shows, if they have like no part, like American funding, are not eligible for the Emmys. But like I'm sure this will sweep at the Canadian Awards or later this year.
Mhm.
But like this would be the submission monologue for sure. It's performed so well. It is such a gut punch. It's
Yeah.
he's not even fucking Russian and he's doing it in Russian. And I haven't
yeah.
even seen like when like Amelia Perez came out and people were like the Spanish is shit. Like I've not seen
Right.
one Russian person be like the Russian is shit. Like I have not
No.
like I feel like at this point I've consumed every piece of heated rivalry content that has
Yeah.
come across my For You page. I would have seen it.
Yeah.
So like it must be pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I've heard.
Jacob Tierney did ask their like dialect coach, like, so
Mhm.
they film the scene and he looks her desperate of being like, is this usable? Because obviously from his perspective, director,
How
it's
does he
like
know? Yeah.
performance of a lifetime, but like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and she said, he's like, how much of this can I use? And she said, all of it. He humbles me.
Connor's story.
Yeah.
Castrated
Oh,
I also
everything.
I from some interview, they all mesh together in my mind of like
Right.
one
Always.
continuous stream of that's now my false memories.
Right.
But I think Hudson said that like Connor was for the dialect coach, he only had a week, but he was on the phone for hours with
Yeah.
her. like figuring stuff out. Like he
Wow.
put in the work.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
you can see it like that. I just love actors that love their craft.
Yeah.
Like I just
Hmm.
Oh, they
love
both
it.
do so much.
Yes, like
Mm-hmm.
even like the clown work that he's done, and you can tell that it has like transformed how his face looks for Ilya. Like
Yes.
he's
Yeah,
Yes.
able
yeah,
to
yeah.
do it because he has that background. Um, and
I
yeah,
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, I feel like Christina and I are laughing because we've both had to take multiple
yeah,
clown classes
Yeah.
yeah.
in our like acting
Yeah, and
I
I
love
saw
that.
education.
I saw a photo from his like clowning days that looks like quite similar to a specific type of clowning that I had to take a class in. Um, it's called Buffon.
Mm,
It's you want to go through ego death, you take a Buffon class. Oh my
Yes.
God, I have never had like every ounce of like pride and ego stripped away from me as I did taking that class.
In
It's
cl in clowning class in general, like it varies obviously
yeah.
depending on the like specifics, but you basically are told to go up in front of everyone and make them laugh. So you're
yeah,
just like staring at people who are like deadpan face, not doing anything, and you just have to make yourself a fool.
yeah.
Perfect.
There's
And it
this
might not work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
there's
yeah.
one activity we had to do where you get paired up with somebody and that person is sitting in a chair and you are not able to like finish this exercise or like that person can't get up off the chair until you make them laugh. And
Oh
there's
my
nothing,
God.
it's never harder to make someone laugh than like when you're trying. And it
Yeah.
is just, it's essentially like a humiliation ritual
Yeah.
Right.
and you just have to keep trying stuff until something finally makes them laugh. And like I've seen it before where people are like the people in the chair feel so uncomfortable they try to like fake
Absolutely.
laugh at something and the teacher's like, "No, that's not a real laugh. You have to keep going." There's
Oh
Oh,
another
God.
exercise where like we had to go down like a runway doing like something and
Yeah.
everyone in our class like sitting in the chairs has like tennis balls. And if they feel like you're not like 100% like committed to something or in it, they throw the tennis balls at you. So if you
Yeah.
see someone raising, then you have to like lock eyes with that person and go like 110% at what you're doing
Oh
so that they
my
won't throw
God.
that tennis ball at you. You have to make every person believe that you are like, yeah,
I don't believe
it's
actors have enough of that aim to hit the people that they're trying to hit with the tennis balls, but I
yeah.
oh,
love
I got hit the first time and then I said, I'm not having that happen again. And I would
Yeah.
see someone race and I would look at them with the craziest fucking eyes you've
Yeah.
ever seen
Like I dare
until they
you.
put that tennis ball down.
Yeah.
That's so funny. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So all that's to say, Connor's story having like this clowning background and like
Yes.
potentially that specific type of clowning doesn't surprise me. I think it
Yeah.
really helps with your development
Mhm.
as an actor. And I
Yeah.
mean, I could talk about him in this scene forever. I think he does such a phenomenal
Yeah.
job. And I also just love the way that it's shot that we stay so tight on him, on his
Yeah.
side profile the whole time, right up until he is about to finally say the thing, where he's about to finally confess his feelings. And then we cut out to a wide and
Right.
he looks around because he is about to say something very vulnerable in
Yeah.
Russian where people can understand him.
Right.
Right.
And then we cut back to that close. I think it's just perfection.
Mhm. After that incredible performance, Shane asks Ilya if he feels better. And Ilya's like, yeah, I do. And Shane says, maybe you could teach me Russian someday. And obviously, for both of them, that's like huge because it means that they would have a future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he like makes a joke about it. He's like, oh, maybe useful phrases like fuck me, please, da 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 da.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Shane is like, what about I wish you were here right now?
Mm.
And he says, I wish I was too in Russian.
It's
But he must
beautiful.
know. He has to know.
Oh,
Yeah.
He does wish he was there.
Yeah.
goodness gracious. That, a moment of silence. We just need to recover
Yeah.
for a sec.
Yeah.
Okay. So after that incredible, beautiful scene, disaster strikes. One
Yeah.
week later is Montreal and Boston. They're playing against each other. You know, they're having the warm up. Shane goes up to Ilya and gives him the front door code to his apartment.
Wow.
Okay.
Feeling bold.
Exactly. He's stepping outside a little bit. He's like, okay, let me open the gate a little bit.
Mhm.
So they're playing hockey, right? Shane steals the puck from Ilya and he looks back to smile at Ilya and then boom, his
Oh.
shit gets rocked. We immediately
Cool.
hear like the ear buzzing thing where we all know like, oh, somebody's going unconscious.
Yeah.
Right.
And
I was
Ilya is
unwell when I saw this.
yes.
Yeah.
Ilya is absolutely terrified. He keeps on asking the paramedics if he's okay, and he's like, just fucking tell me. We get this beautiful scene. I really love how we kind of like zoom out and we get the broadcaster's
Yeah, yeah,
opinions
yeah.
Yeah.
This is one of
because
the few scenes where we really hear the broadcasters too. And like
Mhm.
they say kind of like, I don't know, it is interesting if you just like really like focus in and you're like, what are they talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah, but I think it's such a testament to how like being queer like isn't even in like the thought process or the zeitgeist of like the hockey world at all because he's like, oh, even though they've been such rivals, like nobody wants to see somebody go down like that. Like obviously is so much care. They're like
Yeah.
trying to
And
like
they were best friends.
yes, exactly. Like and they were best gal pals. Um and so Ilya's freaking out and as Shane is being wheeled away, he's going in and out of consciousness. He's like, tell him he's fine. He's going to worry.
Mhm.
And he's like, "Oh, like your coach is on the phone with his dad." And he's like, "No, Ilya."
They're
And he
like,
like kind of
who?
says it
I
like hushed, and like the paramedics are like, dude,
Huh?
like this could be
Yeah.
career ending. Like we don't even know. Like
Yeah.
these
Yeah,
types of injuries in
yeah.
hockey like could be career ending. So it's
Yeah.
like what
fully.
we cannot we don't know what you're fucking saying. Just stop fucking
Yes.
talking.
Like we
Yeah.
need you to stay awake and alert.
But I have
Yeah.
seen a lot of funny TikToks that are like the paramedics when Shane was saying, tell him I'm
Yeah.
okay. The paramedics like, huh? Huh? Huh?
I also love the TikToks of that one girl that's like a fangirl in like 2014.
Yes, those
Yes.
are so
Yeah, it's
funny.
like,
Those
"Oh,
are
have you
so
seen that
funny.
like Rose and Shane are dating?" They're like, "Yeah, sure." Like that's PR written all over it.
Did you see him kiss his helmet at the All-Stars game?
Yes.
There's something
And
going on
that's
there.
he's like, "That's my new screensaver." Yeah.
Yeah.
Ilya goes to visit Shane in the hospital. Oh, I love this scene. I
Oh,
love it because
So
Shane
good.
is so hopped up on painkillers.
I love that. Yeah.
He just lets his inhibitions go. He comes and he's like, Ilya. So Ilya comes over to hold his hand to kind of sh shush him, and he's like, yes, better.
better.
Yes. And Ilya's like, you scared me. His face in the scene, oh my gosh. Because remember, his mother died, his father just died, even though it's complicated feelings, his father
Gosh,
just
that's
died.
so
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Hockey
He
is
lost his
such a
brother. Like
contact
his
sport.
brother like is
Yes.
emotionally dead to him. Like he
Yes.
Yeah.
literally has no other friends, no other family. Like we haven't seen him like I feel like Shane at least has a connection to like Hayden or whoever's on his team. Like
Yeah.
he has no connection to the friends on his team because we never see
Yeah.
them other than like
Mm.
Svetlana. And that's it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. And so after Ilya's like, oh, you scared me. Shane was like, oh, I was really excited about last night. That's what I'm mainly upset about. Like, not even this is, I had a plan to ask you something. He's like,
He's like, I wanted to ask you something.
yes. He's like, I wanted to ask you something. Will you come to my cottage this summer?
Will
Don't go
you
to
come?
Metro.
To my cottage this
Come
summer.
to my house. We'll have so much fun. It's so private.
It's the
No one will
best.
know. We could have a week or two. We'll be completely alone together.
Will you? I have this stuck in my head
It's
at
the
all hours of all day.
It's so pretty.
No, like literally, I'll just be making coffee. I'm like, come to my cottage, come
Yeah.
to my house. Don't
I'd
go to
say,
Russia.
will you?
Come to
Oh my God, it's just come to my cottage.
Oh.
So Ilya's like, I can't. But Shane keeps on going on, so he's just like, okay, maybe. The nurse comes in, makes a crack about like Ilya trying
Being
to,
there. I'm like,
Smother.
yeah,
this nurse
Smother him
knows who
with a
you are. Be
pillow.
so for real.
yes.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, I love Shane's little bye bye.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bye bye.
And he's like, see you next season.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Then
new
it's
TikToks
oh
of the nurse being like going into the room, and then it's like, oh, that's your boyfriend?
Yes.
Um, okay. No, he can't get you pregnant. That's not how that works.
Uh,
Um, cut to May 2017. Shane and Ilya are watching from like their own separate houses. The Admirals, so Scott Hunter's team, win the cup.
Yeah.
Ilya's like packing up to go to Russia. Scott Hunter wins his first ever cup, and he's been playing this for so long, so obviously that means a lot. He's like a veteran player. Big to do. Scott holds up the cup and looks around at like all the fans screaming, and like everybody else is like all the other players' families like come onto the like ice,
Ugh.
and it's just like him holding the cup and looking around, and he sees Kip, Elena, and like Kip's dad. And when I was watching the scene, I was like, how did they get tickets? Like we all as Blue Jays fans trying to get World Series tickets, and that was not possible. I was like, whose tickets are these? Because like, did he give these tickets after they broke up to him and he had three tickets and he had two tickets before? I was like, I'm so suspicious of this. And like,
I
she said she had
think
company tickets, and I was like,
Yeah.
your
yeah.
company's not giving you your tickets. It's gonna go to like the CEO, whatever. It doesn't matter. That was the
I
only plot
think
hole that
the
took me the fuck
implication
out.
is that they are still together because from
If
what
they
I've
get back
heard,
Okay.
together.
yeah, they get back together because in the
Oh,
book it's not like years. It's like a couple of
Yeah.
months that
I
they're
was
like
pretty
not
confused by
together and
that.
they get
Yeah.
back together. It does seem a little bit more inconceivable that Kip like decides to get back together and be a
yeah. I was like, you
secret for
guys
like
broke
3 years.
up. Right. I was like, you guys broke up
Yeah.
like presumably 2 episodes ago, and I don't
Yeah.
have any grasp of the timeline here. So I was like,
Right.
you guys are broken up,
That confused
and
me a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and I was like, if he's been given two tickets, he wouldn't have been have like realistically, like they can't give that many, whatever.
Yeah.
Just the logistics of it took me the fuck out, and it's fine. But carrying on. Let's go off hot, so we progress. um, Scott watches all the players. Sorry, he sees all the other people with their families, so he's like looking out, looking at Kip. He kind of starts like waving at him to come down, and the announcers are just like, "Is he grabbing a fan? Oh my God, he's gonna
Big for
make the
that fan intro.
Yeah.
day!"
He's
Yeah.
grabbing his best friend from the.
Um, so and Shane and Ilya are kind of texting each other, being like, "What the fuck is happening?" And Kip takes 1,000 years to get down into the ice, is what Christina has written. But it's true. It's very much giving Cinderella story, where
Yes.
it's like
Yes.
she's
Oh
like in the
yeah.
rain and she's just like standing there, and it's like, I have to go, and it's like, you
Yeah.
don't have to go, but now we're doing it, so it's fine.
Yeah.
So then he tells him to come down. Scott doesn't have, where am I? He tells Scott he doesn't have to do this, and he's like, "Yes, I do." And he pulls him onto center ice. Also, he's wearing fucking loafers. I don't know if you noticed it. He's wearing loafers,
I
no
did.
socks. And I was like,
Yeah.
there's no scenario where you're not slipping and sliding the ice, but
I'm thinking of the Parks and
congrats.
Rec
Yes.
on your feet.
Can I?
Yeah. That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking of.
I'm yeah, I was like, this is unrealistic, but okay. So he pulls him in to the ice, center ice. They kiss. I I screamed watching this. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not
I
even being
cry every
sarcastic.
time.
I
Yeah.
screamed. I was like, this is so iconic. And then obviously Shane and Ilya sitting watching in shock. Scott and Kip tell each other that they love it. And then Ilya calls Shane immediately.
Yeah.
What the? I'm coming to the cottage.
The scream that I scrumped when I watched it for the first time.
This
So good.
episode,
Yes.
the first time I watched it, bawled my fucking eyes out because I was like
Yeah.
and this would not have hit, and people were complaining about episode 3.
Right.
This would not have hit if we didn't have an episode 3.
Yeah.
Of
Episode 3
course.
really set the scene for like the world building, for the
Mhm.
relationships, for
Yeah.
like how
Yeah.
much this like meant to these players, and then
Yeah.
having this, oh, it was just so good. It was
And
just
like
so good.
now that idea of being a role model that's like always being told to Shane
Mhm.
throughout
Hmm.
his career, I guess, is like, wait, could a role model actually look different than what
Right.
I always thought?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's so poignant, and I totally agree. Like episode 3 is so necessary because like I'll tell you straight up, like without that kiss, he's not coming to the cottage.
Yeah.
Like
No,
Right.
no,
He
he's
was
not coming to
without
the
the
preaching to
slot,
cottage.
like
Russia.
nothing. Yes,
That's why
and
it's called Game Changers because they change the game for
exactly,
everyone else. Yeah.
exactly. And I think it's so poignant how different Scott and Kip's relationships are to Ilya and Shane's because they still have the same problem at the end of the day. Is that the hockey world is not a very safe place to
Ready.
come out,
Yeah.
and that they, you know, feel like they won't be accepted if they do that. And obviously, if it's coming from so many different people with different situations, I think that just adds to the gravity of the fact that it's very, very real and the sphere is very real. He
Mm-hmm.
also talked about they've probably been watching Scott play hockey since
Yeah.
like they were children. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's the person that you look up to. He's
Yeah, like
literally
that's like
Captain America.
Gretzky, you know? Like
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the fact that it's like Scott above everybody else who is this golden boy poster child for hockey just in this zeitgeist right now, like I'm like, damn, Rachel, you did it again.
yep.
Yeah.
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 Oh, in the fucking song?
Oh,
Yes, the
so
Sunshine
good.
This
song to bring it
song was
all back.
so
And then I
good.
Mhm.
rewatch episode 3 and I'm like, oh,
They were
what's
playing the
at the
song.
top of the
Yeah, yeah,
episode?
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she says, "You
incredible needle
deserve
drop.
sunshine." In
Yes.
the lyrics says, "I need sunshine." So that was Jacob Tierney was really afraid they weren't going to be able to clear this song because
Oh.
he's like, "I've written every beat around it being this
Hmm.
song. I've written things in the script around it being this song.
Crazy.
So if we don't get it, like,
We're done,
I,
so.
scrap
Yeah.
the whole thing."
I feel
Thankfully,
like
they
they did
didn't.
I don't know if you guys saw, speaking of song choices, Miley Cyrus did an interview. It came up on my feed like a couple hours ago, like before we started
Yes.
recording. And she was just like saying how like, yeah, call me. I'd love to do like a song for Heated Rivalry. And I was like, I love that that's what you want to do. But part of the charm of the soundtrack is that it's
Yeah.
all like kind of like
Relatively
indie
unknown.
2015 like
Yeah.
Tumblr
Yeah.
feeling songs.
I
Although
don't.
So valid.
I'm not
Wet
gonna say no
Leg,
to a
I
Miley
have
song.
heard before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't want
crazy.
it to become what The Summer I Turned Pretty became, where it
Yeah.
feels like a
Oh,
jukebox
fuck.
musical essentially,
Yeah,
where it's
Yeah.
like
yeah.
the Taylor Swift needle drops are so distracting that it like I want it to be these indie artists. I want it to be Canadian artists. I don't
Hmm.
want to hear huge like
Yes.
I
like
also saw
if
Carly
I
Rae Jepsen
hear
also had talked about recording a song for it
yeah,
Okay, but
See
too.
she's
that one though.
But
she's
Canadian.
she's Canadian,
Canadian. Yeah.
and
And
I
the
and
early
she
aughts
feels
was her
the
era.
vibe. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the right
Can we
era for
just get a
Carly.
song from Emotion, but like record it new?
Yes.
Yeah. Carly's version.
Yes.
Oh, that
Low
we
key.
could with this
Yeah.
emotion.
So
With the
good.
needle drops, it feels like we're already watching an edit and the editors haven't even
Yes.
come to
Yeah.
roost yet, you
Yeah.
know?
No.
Like all the things she said, I know we talked
That
about it.
was basically
Like,
an
oh
edit.
my gosh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. With the strobe lights and
Like
everything.
Jacob Tierney
Yes.
knew what he was doing.
Yes.
Yes. 1,000%.
Fan service all around.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this scene it was monumental.
Hmm.
I'll never forget it sitting on my couch watching it for the first time.
Yeah.
I love the way that the camera is spinning around all three of
Yes.
them because all of
Yes.
their worlds are
Yes.
spinning like off its
Yes.
axis. Such a
Hmm.
beautiful. I mean, there's so much beauty in the camera work, in the
Yeah.
cinematography. The DP did
And
like
I
such a
heard they
beautiful
only
job.
had two cameras for the
Yes,
entire
they
show.
did.
So, and like one of
Oh,
them,
that just opened my
which we'll
mind. Oh my
talk
gosh.
about for the cottage, I was watching, I
Yeah.
don't know, fuck, I wish I remember what her name is, but she's this Canadian
I know
cinematographer or
exactly who you're
something.
talking about.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
Yeah.
we
she's
were
been doing all
just
these
talking about
crazy
her.
breakdowns. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I'm
I think her
like,
name
I don't
is
know.
Jen.
Yeah, I was like, who are you? Why have I never
I
seen your
immediately
content
followed her
before?
after
That was
that.
the fastest follow. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
She was talking about the type of camera that they used for the cottage upcoming because they only could get two cameras, and it was also like we need something where like light and dark and shadows because like the cottage is all windows and all this stuff. And I was like, it's just so interesting because it's like they had a shoestring budget. They had 36 days, 37 days, and they were
Yeah.
like, we need to make every second count.
Yeah.
Everything has to go
Yes.
perfect. And it did. And I fucking
Yeah.
love this for them.
And
Yes.
I
And I
think
feel like,
oh,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay.
You
We're all
go.
I
just so
feel,
passionate.
yes. I feel like it's such a testament. I've always said this that restrictions will breed so much creativity.
Totally.
Yes.
You
Totally.
know, because when you have to think outside of the box, like the things that your mind comes up with, I just feel like it's really unparalleled to when you have all of the resources.
Yeah.
Because you have to think about how to use things in a different way. And just like
Valentina V.
There we go.
yes, thank
That's
you.
her. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. I just want to like give Jacob like a big ol' kiss on the mouth because watching this, I didn't get the impression of like, oh, this is low budget.
No.
No,
Like, oh yeah, this
no.
was
No.
shot on 2 cameras in 37 days.
Yeah.
No.
Like, no, not at
It's
all.
so cinematic. It completely like blows any kind of like allegations of Netflix lighting out of the water. Like,
Absolutely. That's
and
the
I,
biggest thing.
yeah,
After watching, no offense to Stranger Things,
right.
as I'm about to fucking offend Stranger Things, but
Yeah.
like
I'm a little bit.
they
I'm a little bit.
they spent 200 days And filming the show, they made us wait 3 years. The children are married with children now. Like it is
Yeah.
Yeah.
versus, and the coming out scene in Stranger Things doesn't even compare to the entirety of this show. Like
Don't get me started.
it's night and day,
Yeah.
really. And I think part of it has to do with being Canadian and having zero oversight from somebody like
Yeah.
Netflix, but
Yeah.
also just like you're right, working in these constrictions where it's like you only have so much. Like Netflix isn't giving
Yeah.
us millions of dollars to do whatever the fuck we want for CGI slop every episode.
Exactly. And with
Yeah.
if you know you only have a limited time, like of course everything is thought of because you have to write it out and
Because you
think of
have
it.
to.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
have to.
apparently
Like there's
like
not any other option. Yeah.
the stranger, sorry, last thing, and then we can get to the
Go
final episode.
ahead.
We've
Yeah.
literally been recording for 4 hours for the
Yep.
listeners. I'm so
Sure
sorry.
have.
But honestly,
We're
I'm proud of us for
we're
not taking an hour per episode. You
Yeah.
know, I
Could
was
have
surprised by
also
easily
that.
true.
could have
Yeah.
That's
easily
also true.
done.
But yeah, the Stranger Things coming out episodes, long story short, apparently they like shot it for 40 hours and then did an extra like 20 hours of reshoots because it wasn't like right. And I was like, maybe that's because your kids can't act and you can't write. I don't know. Maybe that's possibly it.
Oh, she said
Oh,
it.
and that's
Yeah.
my thoughts on Stranger Things this season. It's not my fault the Duffer Brothers can't write a good script. Oh,
There you
end
go.
episode
No,
on that.
that's so valid. I've always okay, I'm about to say something controversial. We might need to take this out.
I'll just
But
bleep the whole thing.
thank you. Yeah, I actually kind of stopped watching around season 3 because I was like, there's so many weird writing choices.
The writing
And
choices
I
are bad.
realized I was like, oh, they had season 1 on the back burner for years. You know, they were writing it and re-editing it. So that was like fine. You know, they had an idea for season 1, but I feel like past that, it was just like throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what
Yeah.
stuck.
Yeah.
And these coming out scenes, these different ones are just a testament to like when you put queer people in the writer's room
Totally.
writing queer stories
Yeah.
Totally.
and what is actually would be healing for a queer person. And it doesn't have to be, you know, it can be realistic and hard and that as we've seen in this whole entire show.
Yeah.
But like you can just tell it between like if I just read the script of Will's coming out, I'd be like, oh, a straight person wrote this.
Right.
Which they did.
Which they did, yes. Yeah. Immediately clockable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and that is something that I do like worry just a little bit going into season 2 of Heated Rivalry because obviously Jacob had years to kind of like craft this
Yeah,
script to
totally.
plan everything out,
Yeah.
and because of this absolutely unprecedented explosion of this show, everyone's like,
Mhm.
where's season 2? We need season 2, like let's do it. But I do have faith that he is going to like take the time to make sure that it is right. It will probably come out
Yeah.
in like 2027, which is
Yeah.
obviously quicker turnaround.
Mhm.
But I think because he will probably have more resources available to him, he'll be able to get it out quicker than like the 3 years that it took to get, or the 2
Yeah.
years to get the first
And
one.
he's already fought for his vision already.
Yes.
So that
Yeah.
does make
Yes.
me trustable.
I
Yeah.
actually was talking to so spoilers for when they talk about how he's possibly getting traded to Ottawa. I
Mhm.
reached out to somebody who I know that works at Tourism Ottawa and I was like, I don't know if you watched Heated Rivalry yet, but like you need to get on the fucking phone with
Yeah.
Crave ASAP because if they're going to be doing this whole season in Ottawa,
Yeah.
they just launched this huge campaign about like filming in Ottawa, whatever. I was like,
Mhm.
you need to let them get access to whatever they fucking need. And it's going to
Yeah.
look so good for the city of Ottawa for you guys to do it. Anyways, they were
Yeah.
like, we have reached out. They're like, thank you for the update, whatever. Like, we reached out to their PR team. Like, we're in contact. And I was like, get this
Good.
going, please.
Wait.
Yeah.
ASAP.
I love that you're like, Ottawa, I'm trying to do a solid for you.
Yeah.
I was like, to the nice people of Ottawa, because this is so irrelevant and we've been going for 4,000 hours and I will not dive into it, but pretty much they were trying to launch a campaign about like how so many Hallmark movies are filmed in Ottawa, but like it never really plays itself for anything. So they had kind of, as their tourism Ottawa come in the wintertime, they, instead of putting their money into like hiring quick commercials, whatever, they made their own Hallmark movie where like Ottawa got to be Ottawa,
Wow.
which was really fun. They hired all
Yeah.
like Ottawa, like Canadian actors, very fun. Long story short, I was like, you don't have to do this again. Get the hot Heated Rivalry people.
Yeah.
Actually, I've got an idea.
Yeah. You're going to
Um,
save Ottawa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's you.
You
I'm
heard
like-
it here first. Becca for mayor of Ottawa.
Ottawa.
Yeah.
Of the capital.
Governor. I don't know what the fuck. Wait,
No,
what do you guys
when
have?
we
You have like
Prime
a little
Minister.
sheriff.
You'll be the
That's it.
premier.
Yeah, it'll
mayor.
be that would be crazy. Can you imagine? No, we
Yeah.
definitely have a mayor. There's a mayor there.
Yeah.
Make her maple syrup queen.
Yeah. Ugh, all right. With that being
Episode
said,
6.
Last
let's get into
episode.
it. The
I'm calling out.
cottage.
There are multiple moments in the cottage where Hudson Williams is like, "Do you want a tour?
A tour.
A
Tour.
tour?
Oh,
A tour.
when he says pasta instead
Yeah,
of
he's
pasta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
pasta."
That's how my
Yeah.
roommate says it. Her parents are British. I've just gotten
Yeah.
used to it.
My parents say pasta, and so does my brother, and I'm only the only one that says pasta. And they would always make fun
Pasta.
of me growing up, being like, "Oh,
Hmm.
pasta, like you say it so posh." I'm like, "You guys are saying it the British way, actually."
As an
Yeah.
Italiano, it's pasta.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. And
You said
my
shut it down.
my
No.
Italian grandmother says pasta, so why would I
Yes.
say pasta?
Pasta.
Hmm.
No.
Yeah,
You're getting it from the source.
Yeah,
exactly.
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 Yeah. So we begin the episode not with our boys at the cottage, but Mr. Scott Hunter, because he has won MVP at the Major Hockey League Awards.
Wow.
Whatever it may be.
Very,
Yes.
very
We know
exciting
nothing.
stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. He has this whole speech about how he achieved his lifelong dream of winning the cup, but something
Yeah.
else happened that night. He came out in a very public way. And he says that he's always been a private person, but the outpouring of love from young fans has meant so much to him. And he says that as a teen, he realized he may be that thing that other players threw around as an insult in the locker room. And it was really exhausting and lonely keeping that secret. But thankfully, he found a person who changes everything. He says fear is a very powerful thing, but there's something that's even stronger: love. So he
He
shares
doesn't
this.
say love though, which
He
is
doesn't
so
say it.
random.
He
I said
doesn't.
it. Yeah.
But I appreciate it because another thing about the show is that they actually trust their audience.
Yes.
Totally.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he shares this honor with his team and his coaches, but also with Kip for making him better in every way.
Adore.
And he says that he loves him as we see Kip watching from his local bar
In
with his
Dundas,
friends.
Ontario. Yes.
Yes.
I was like, why isn't he there?
Because
couldn't
Because they couldn't afford an
afford-
audience.
they didn't have an
Yeah.
audience. The hall that they filmed it at is in
Oh.
Hamilton, I believe, and it is so big. It's a giant like
Yeah.
concert hall venue. And also they filmed it at the same place that they filmed like that like acceptance speech, whatever, that the with the selfie from earlier
Yeah, yeah.
episodes
Okay.
ago. And they're standing so far back on the stage that it took me out because I was like, why are you standing in the middle of the stage? Like, why aren't you sitting on the edge where people can see you? And I was like, oh right, because nobody's in the audience.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, even when they filmed that the skip kiss on the ice,
Yeah,
there when they
nobody's in
filmed
the
it, there's
audience.
nobody in the
Yeah.
audience. Everyone is CGI'd in because
The
they
Sleeman,
couldn't
I forgot
afford
to
it.
say, every hockey team is filmed at the Sleeman Center in
Yes.
Guelph.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's it. Yes.
But I love this speech. It hit me so
Yeah.
hard.
It's very
It's
sweet.
beautiful.
Especially the line when he was like, I realized I might be that thing
Yeah.
Yeah.
that hockey players like to throw around. I was like, damn.
Yeah. I'm like, call him
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
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 I
And I know
cannot.
that everyone, like, we obviously love like Hudson and Connor's performances. Like, they are stellar, but I do
Mhm.
feel like Francois also deserves his flowers for
Oh,
his
yeah.
performance.
Totally,
Yeah.
totally. He gives an amazing performance.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And imagine you are like have all of this going on, like your parents passed away, like you're finding someone else who you're
Yeah.
close to, and you're finding your first love, someone you think you might spend the rest of your life with,
Mhm.
and their name is Kip.
Kill me.
Yeah.
Like fuck
By choice.
me.
Kip by choice. His
Yeah.
name is
Christopher.
Christopher.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But his friends dog on him.
So at least there's
They
that.
keep him humble.
At least, yeah.
Yeah.
We dial back in to our two leads, and we actually we have a little callback to the first episode. We go challengers mode again, and we get like the
Yeah.
like music. Shane picks up Ilya at the Ottawa airport in his Range Rover, which is a car I will probably never be able to afford.
No.
Yeah.
And he on site chirps him. He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Is this a Jeep?
yeah."
He's like, it's good in the snow. I'm like,
Practical.
that's
It's
Canadian.
it's very practical. Okay, Shane. So he tells Ilya that he stocked the house with food. he told his parents he's on a silent retreat. They are going to be totally alone together. But they're both like very tense. Like no one's touching
Yeah.
each other. They're not really like they don't have a rapport yet. And basically in the car, like the ice gets broken when one of them says something about like being excited or like looking forward to the weekend or whatever.
Yeah, Ilya's
Yeah.
like, I'm excited, but like
Also
terrified, right?
terrified,
Yes.
Yeah.
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 And he starts laughing, and she's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they like
Yeah.
hold hands.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And I just love when Shane says he's like, oh, we're going on a silent retreat. Ilya laughs and he's like, Shane's like, that sounds fake, doesn't it? And Ilya's like, yeah, it does. But like, it sounds like some weird shit that you do. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
believable. Yeah.
totally.
Mm-hmm.
So they get to the cottage, which I only learned from Becca. I think it was your
My
video
big
about like
breakdown.
because I was like the cottage. Like
Okay,
why
Yeah.
do they
so
keep I was like, why do they
People,
keep calling it the
yes,
cottage?
right.
Say like your summer home or like
No.
whatever.
As the resident architect who seldom uses her degree anymore, I will talk about the cottage before we kind of dive back in. But like
mhm.
in Canada, specifically in Ontario, if
Mhm.
you have a cottage, it is either a inherited cottage from like your grandparents. So it's like more of like a smaller, like maybe 2 bedroom, like 1 bathroom with like a big deck that like very much looks like what you would think of like Leave It to Beaver, like 1950s house.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you did not inherit this cottage, or if your family was not wealthy enough to knock down the cottage and build a new one, it looks like this. Like it is
It's a
some sort of like
mansion.
it's a mansion on the lake, and people use it as like a second home that they then spend all summer at. So it's like
Okay.
every wealthy person that I went to school with, and every very white Canadian, because no like white Italians have a cottage, but like if you were like, I'm very Canadian, like my family has like generations of Canadian people, like all the Canadians had cottages. Anybody that's like
Okay.
second, third generation immigrants don't usually have cottages. It's like a very like white person thing in,
Yeah.
especially in Ontario. So it's like, yeah, it's like a second house that you spend like your whole summer at.
Yeah. So
This is
like
And
all
very
usually
the
there's a
people,
dock. Yes.
yes, all the
The
people
dock is a
from
big
like
problem.
the rich people in Toronto are like not here in the summer because
No, no,
they're at the
no.
cottage.
Every
And if
weekend.
yeah,
If
and if
not the
you
whole week.
yes.
Yeah.
And if you want to like book a like because you can rent cottages,
Yeah.
you got to do it very far out in advance and it's very expensive.
Yes. People will rent out their cottages for like certain months, or like the people that I went to school with, that like if it was like their dads had like high paying jobs and their moms were like stay at home, like their moms were at the cottage, they did not go back to the city, and like their husbands would come and go for like weekends. So it's like it was very much like this is where we are during the summer.
Yeah. Think
okay,
of
so
But it
like
I
the
don't
does,
know if
summer
this
the
is
summer
like
house from the summer I turned pretty. It's like that.
okay, there is fully, this is like totally a thing in the US too, on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Like the
yeah.
Hamptons, going and
Yeah,
spending
yeah,
the
yeah.
summer in the Hamptons, or like, I think like what threw me off was the fact that the word cottage is so British to me. And
Yeah,
it was
Yeah.
yeah.
like a cottage, like the holiday.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
no,
thinking
not
of
that
like
kind
a
of cottage.
humble
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
little
would say like Summer I
bungalow.
Turned
Because we
Pretty
would
is
just call this a summer house in the
Yeah.
US.
Yeah.
right. No. Like it's I feel like the terminology cottage is very like Ontario. I don't want to say slang, but like an
Yeah.
Ontario
It's a very
verbiage.
Ontario thing because even in
Yeah.
Alberta, like you don't talk about like cottages like this. This is
No,
a
and even
very
in
Ontario
Quebec
thing.
they call them like chalets and stuff. Like they don't really
Yeah.
call it
Oh, that's
cottages.
obviously so French.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like yeah, very much an Ontario thing, and Muskoka is like cottage country. Like
Yeah.
anywhere, like I would say like an hour and a half north of Toronto becomes cottage country. It's impossible to drive out there.
Yeah.
Like this, their cottage, when I like found the cottage because it's designed by Trevor MacGyver Architects, Nordic, Scandinavian, Canadian influence style. But this is
Ooh.
obviously a very like fancy version. Like they're not all
Yeah.
like modern looking like this, but like I said in my video, it's like if you're trying to think of like what Muskoka is, the first Camp Rock was filmed in Muskoka. So it's like
Yeah.
that's like the vibe. It's like
Oh.
wood
Okay.
log type, like fully immersed. Like there's everyone has so much like land that you don't usually see more than like two other cottages from your cottage. Like you bear like sometimes you don't even see any cottages from your cottage because it's like there's just like so much dense trees. You're so spread out. Like so when everyone's like, how could this be private? There's so many windows. It's like there's no cottages for like another like I don't know,
Yeah.
10-minute drive
Yeah.
probably.
I don't
Yeah.
know if it's just because I read the book, but like he's like, oh yeah, my parents are 10 minutes down the way. I assumed, yeah, that's his neighbor and it's 10 minutes down the
Yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's the vibe. But then the only thing that I would say is like weird is that like they don't have a dock. Like if you're spending
Yeah.
Oh
presumably
yeah.
$8 million
You
on this
have a
cottage,
dock.
you have a dock and it's a big
Mhm.
dock and there's a boat attached to your dock and the dock also has like a fire pit probably. Like it's weird that they didn't have like a sauna. I don't know. Lots of
Yeah.
things for like this size cottage. Anyways, I didn't mean to derail us, but cottage is beautiful.
Yeah.
Architects are beautiful. The
Yes.
like Scandinavian, like very like Canadian materiality of it is very beautiful. I feel like they did a really good job of like choosing this cottage to like fit the Canadiana of it, but also bring in like a European influence. So
Mhm.
in terms of like architectural style, they did a good job finding this one.
Yeah. And it does look just like it's Shane's style. Like this is
Yeah.
something that
Yeah.
he would
Yeah.
Like the
have built in
wood
this
and
Yeah.
style. Yeah.
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 Yeah, yeah. Anyways, sorry. That would be the last derail, I
No, you're
promise.
No,
good.
no. We needed the cottage breakdown.
I
Yes.
think,
That's
yeah, it sounds like there is it's a direct parallel of like the Eastern, uh,
some like
New
Hampton style, I would say
England.
is
Yeah, like
close.
your
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cape
But
Cod,
it's,
like
yeah,
this
it's,
is yeah.
so here, I shouldn't even be bringing this up because there's so much to cover. Just, it's capes here. Like
Yeah.
here, you would have like, if it was old, if it was in your house for or in your family for generations, it'd be like a cape that you
Okay.
inherited,
Yeah.
where it's just like a one story or like it has a little tilted roof and it's like
Yeah,
wood.
okay, okay.
Mhm.
But,
Yeah.
anyways,
Yeah.
the point is, we're at the fucking
We're
cottage
at the fucking cottage.
Yep.
and they immediately are like tee-heeing on the couch. And there's such a sweet moment where he's like, I need a bathroom or a room with an ensuite. And he's like, oh, we only have one of those and it's taken. And he like shoves him down on the bed and he's like, sir, I'm just the bellboy.
You can't treat the staff like this.
They were like, how many tropes have we not covered? Because we can get them all done in this one
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's do it.
So they start getting like silly and um there's a point where Shane is like, hey, I might not last long because it's been a couple months since they've seen each other. And he's like, oh, same, but we have 2 weeks. And Shane stops dead in his tracks. And he's like, wait, you haven't been with anyone since the last time? Like, it's been months. And he's like, yeah, that's why I said, like, let's have sex right now.
Yeah.
So can
And
we
Shane
fuck
is
now,
like,
please?
Yeah.
yeah. And Shane is like, oh, me neither. I haven't had sex with anyone either. And then he's like, okay, can we just be honest with each other for the next 2 weeks and say how we really feel? And Ilya's like, I will try to do that for you, my baby boo, my Pookie.
Yes. They're so, so sweet.
Yeah.
Shane starts showing him around the house. That's when we get that cute banter moment of like, you can't treat the bellboy like this. And he's
Yes.
like, I think after all these years, I know how the staff likes to be treated. Oh,
Ah! After all these years.
oh, oh. Shane goes to pull down the blinds, but then Ilya's like, no, no. And he pushes them back up. And he pushes Shane against the wall. And we start to see them hook up out in the open. It's
Yeah.
daytime.
In
There's windows
daytime.
Yeah.
everywhere.
It's a direct parallel to the shot when they hook up for the first time and like Shane goes down on him like against that wall.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
this time they're not in a dark hotel room in
Yeah.
secret. They're just like fully in the light.
Themselves in the day. So then later, Shane is barbecuing some of the burgers because they have a fully stocked fridge. He made 8 because the recipe was 8, and then they were like, "We have so many extras," and I'm like, "This is just so like, oh my God, my person's over, and I don't know what to do, so I guess I'm just gonna do the
Yeah.
Yeah.
best
He's
I
like, well,
can."
I have to follow the recipe,
Yeah.
Right.
obviously. He's like, what, you
Yeah.
can't do math?
It was so funny. Um, as they eat, Ilya is asking Shane about his parents, and he asks if they know about him, and Shane says no. Ilya asks if they wouldn't be like good about it, but Shane says that like they'd be fine. They just haven't never talked about it, and something that
Mhm.
he thinks he would have told them already, but and then Ilya's like, "Oh, this is my fault." Because it's like it's true. Like if it wasn't like another like high profile person, like they probably would have known like years ago. But it's
Yeah.
like it's not just like him that he has to like keep the secret for. It's like both of their careers they have to keep the
Yeah.
secret for.
Yeah. But I wish like he didn't just fully blame it on Ilya.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
it's totally also his
Yeah.
personal fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, like because he goes like, you can tell your parents you're gay without telling me like who you're fucking, and Shane is
Yeah.
just like, right, right, but like I guess like it's kind of like I don't want to like I'd rather not be like half honest than like full honest. Like I don't know, like
Yeah.
he's probably like it's easier to just like not say anything, even though that's not like right, but yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
think that's part of it. I also think it's the devil you do know versus the devil you don't know.
right.
Yeah.
You know, there's
Like you also
comfort.
like yeah, like I can just like his like when he comes out to his parents and like they're
Mhm.
kind of talking about it, like you can tell his mom would be the type that would be like, let me try and set you up with somebody
Yeah.
Oh,
like
yeah,
Well,
you're so
she
right.
talks
like a
100%.
about
princess or whatever
yeah,
like
Yeah.
the Swedish
before, yeah.
princess and the
Yeah.
Rolex box.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. This scene, it's interesting, especially like I really fixated on when Shane's like, no, they don't know about me, and Ilya's like, why? Like, would they not be good about it? Because in his mind, like he's like, that's the only obstacle.
Yeah.
Right,
Like
right.
I didn't come out to my family because like
Because
they
yeah.
wouldn't be good about it, but like
Yeah.
yours would. So like, what is holding you back?
Right.
And
Mhm.
I feel like at this point, it's like Ilya must see Shane's connection with his family like so idealized
Oh,
too
of
in
Yes.
Oh,
course.
comparison to his
Yeah.
family.
100%.
So he's like, you've
Yes.
never told me anything bad about your family. So it's like, why would they not be good about this?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And also, I just feel like I know it's not like 100% true, but like from my understanding overall, like in terms of other countries, like Canada's pretty fairly open and understanding. Not
Yeah.
everywhere,
Bro,
not everybody, obviously, but in
we
comparison to other
repealed gay
countries,
marriage. Like I wish we
Yes.
had in gay marriage has been
Yeah.
legal in all of Canada for like
For a really
Since
long
now.
time.
2005, I looked it
yeah,
up because I was curious.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like, oh, 2013, maybe just a
No.
couple years before.
No.
No, they were like,
No, whole decade
we're
before.
good,
Yeah,
Yeah.
homie.
no, I
Yeah.
feel like I've never feel like I've ever lived in a time where people were like, "Ugh, gay people." I'm like, this is
Yeah.
life in Canada. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And that's why
So
we get to have shows like this. Thanks, Canada.
thanks, Canada.
yeah. Yeah. Never felt more pride. So that night, they sit by the fire, and Shane gets a text from Rose, and Ilya instantly jealous. He's like, "Oh, Rose is texting you," and Shane's like, "Ilya, I'm gay." Like,
Yeah.
there's no threat to be
Get
found
a
Yeah.
grip.
here. Yeah, but the thing is, because I know in the book, like Shane he hooks up with other guys throughout, and like Ilya doesn't really care about that. Like he's fine with it. But
Um,
I mean,
no.
he's more jealous of Rose than of like these other guys, from what I've been told.
Yes, I would say for a while, Ilya really gets off on the fact that he's the only man that has ever seen
Mm,
Shane in that state.
right.
And his first reaction when Shane tells him that he like hooked up with the man, he's like, "Oh, like was it okay?" 'Cause like Shane seems kind of like about it. His first
Mm,
thing is like, "Oh, did he hurt you?
right.
Like did something happen?" So I
Mhm.
think like part of it could be like Ilya feels almost safe being the only man that Shane has been with for a while.
Mm,
Um, I think Rose is different because it was public.
exactly.
And
Like
I
that's what
think,
he's jealous
yes,
of is that
Yeah,
Ilya
Yeah.
is
true.
jealous of the publicity more than anything.
yes,
Like he just wants to
exactly.
be out with Shane out there. So yeah.
Hmm. And yeah, when he's like, Ilya, I'm gay, he says,
Yeah.
not so gay, you can't fuck Rose Landry.
Well,
Yeah, well,
Jennifer
Shane is
Lawrence will
like,
Yeah.
do that.
Shane's like, well, it was twice and it was a disaster. So, yeah. And Ilya then gets really freaked out by a loon call in the
This is
distance.
my favorite fucking thing.
Yeah.
Because also it's like not even like in cottage country. Like if you live like near the lake here, you hear loons. Like if you
Yeah.
live on a ravine, you hear fucking loons. And they're big. They're
Yeah.
like
They're scary.
fucking big, huge, scary birds. Like I was like canoeing in like Muskoka and those bird like it came up beside me and I was like, I didn't realize how fucking big they are. Like they are
Yeah.
scary and they do make the scary sound.
Hmm.
And if you've never heard it before, like what the fuck is that indeed?
Yes. Yeah. So he gets freaked out. He's like, what the fuck is that? What kind of a bird makes a noise like that? And he calls it a stupid Canadian wolf bird.
Wolf bird.
Yeah.
Wolf
And
bird.
Shane does like a loon call back. And I just saw this on Twitter a couple days ago and it blew my mind. But
Yes, I saw this too
yep,
today.
yep. So the loon call that Shane does back is not the same call that the loon itself did. The one that he did is like a defensive one to like ward away other loons.
Stop.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
So he is in fact fluent in bird.
Yes. Multilingual king,
Yeah.
English, French bird.
He's like, Stop scaring my boyfriend. Get away
away
from
from my
scaring
man."
him."
Yes.
Stop,
Yeah.
please. You're scaring him.
Just
Can't have
every
Our
detail.
relationship. We already have everybody
But
else.
I
Yeah.
also heard that that isn't, well, I mean, maybe this is no surprise, but like Hudson Williams did a call, but they didn't use it.
Yeah.
They had
Yeah.
a professional do that.
Yeah.
Like the ADR for sure.
Yeah,
that makes
absolutely.
sense.
So later on, as the night is going by, they're sitting at this fire. Ilya is laying his head on Shane's lap, and they talk about Ilya's family.
Sometimes he has to be baby girl.
He does.
Oh,
He
has to be.
Yeah.
And Ilya actually opens up about his mother and reveals that she died by suicide when Ilya was 12, and he is actually the one who found her.
That's so devastating.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Literally can't imagine.
Yeah, he has this beautiful line where he says, "I don't want you to think she was weak. She wasn't. She was so funny and beautiful. She was so sad. And my dad was so hard on her." And I've seen a lot of people talk about how like Ilya doesn't realize it, but he's also describing himself when describing his mother, and that like fucking
I'm gonna
crushed
cry.
me. Yeah.
No, it goes crazy. And he really gets into it in the second book because when he goes to Ottawa, he really is like for a little bit kind of like secluded and he does start to feel pretty lonely. And he has thoughts like that. He's like, am I sick like her? Like, is what's gonna happen to me like happen to
that's so
her, you
sad.
know?
Ottawa
Yeah.
does
He-
that to people.
Yes.
It's a
Depression.
And yes, he even starts like seeing a therapist and everything. And I
Yeah.
really enjoyed those scenes in the book. But like, oh my gosh, there's even one part that breaks my absolute heart in the beginning where he was like, but you know, he's comparing himself to his mother. And he's like, you know, but I would never do that unless I had to. Like, you can just tell that
Wow.
that's like,
Thought about it.
yes, like that is the first part. You get like such a look into his head and like how much just being closeted really is affecting his mental health. It's, yeah.
And he puts on like such a front and such a mask, like in a similar way that Shane does, but he's a very, very sensitive person and is incredibly perceptive of the people around him. Like he is very attuned to like micro expressions, to like the smallest change in body language, to like the littlest thing that somebody says. Like he is very, very perceptive.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
He I would say is much more emotional, but he controls it.
Yeah.
But Shane doesn't have that same like emotional IQ,
Yeah.
but he just has like he holds like a lot of pain in his body.
Yeah.
So the next morning they wake up and Ilya tells Shane that he likes him, and Shane's like, I like you. And that afternoon, the two are playing video games when Shane gets a call from Hayden, who is just boom, 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 baby, baby, baby.
Yep.
Fucking Hayden.
And Ilya's like, he. So while Shane is on the phone, he's like, you know, doing some stuff. He's like trying to give him a blowjob, whatever.
This was so sexy.
This was probably, and I know
Yep.
there's like sex all throughout the show, but I feel like this was the most like sexually explicit scene where he's like, okay, like if you, I won't touch you, but if you get hard, then I will be forced to.
Yes.
And Shane is like, okay, well, it's not going to happen. I'm like, have you met yourself?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a running joke in the book at this point, babes.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yes. Shane gets hard incredibly fast and he comes way too quick.
Oh,
Yeah.
Poor thing.
Yeah.
Damn, they really like fuck with my boy, huh? They
Yeah.
really try to make him seem like this dumb hoe.
You know, he
Uh,
gets more resolve later,
Hmm.
okay.
and he learns some tips and tricks, but
He's just too horned up.
he's just too horny.
He's like a
Yeah.
And I
titan,
would be
like
for
a
Ilya
spiral,
too.
Yeah,
you
Yeah.
same,
know?
Yeah.
same. Same,
Like if
same,
it was
same.
Ilya, yeah. Me too,
Yeah.
babes.
I'm not
Yeah.
holding out.
Yeah.
No, no, no,
Jesus
no.
Christ. So of course he ends up like, giving him a blowjob. He's like, yeah, has to mute the phone. I am
Hang
like,
up, babes.
sir, like just tell him
Say
we
that
will
you're
call him
say that
back.
you're at the cottage. Say that there's no reception. There's no reception at most people's cottages. So just
Yeah.
that's hang
Yeah.
up. Hang up.
Yeah.
He said he's
And
fighting for his life.
yeah,
I thought he was in a
there's a
silent retreat. Like, be
Yeah.
so for real.
I'm out of silent retreat. But there's an amazing moment where Ilya like uh kind of slaps his face and like puts his fingers in his mouth. Like it's so
Yeah.
much more playful than anything we've
Yes.
seen
Yes.
between the
Mhm.
two of
Yes.
them. And afterwards, Shane is like, why was that so hot? And I'm like, I know you
Yeah.
liked it.
Yeah.
And Ilya's like, because you like to be bad. But Shane is like, that's not what this is. Maybe it started out that way, but not anymore and not for a long time.
Oh my
And
God.
And
I
we're all
cry.
screaming. And we're all
Ooh,
I
screaming.
lose my fucking mind,
Yeah.
bro.
and
Yeah.
see, this is why we had to go through episode 4 and
Mhm.
Totally.
5 a little bit, you know? Because what we get here is just back to back to
Yeah.
back, like,
Yeah.
like
There's
emotional
drugs
dagger.
in this show. This is
Yes.
crack cocaine injected directly into my brain.
This was
Oh,
planted by the
Yes.
Canadian government to control
Yes.
me, and it worked.
Yep.
this was Muskoka propaganda. We're all falling in love at the
Yes.
cottage.
Yeah. No,
Guys, let's
it's
all buy a
perfect.
cottage. Let's go in together. Buy a cottage.
OMG.
I have $4. What do you guys have? Yeah, no, I love this whole scene, the way that they're so playful with each other.
Mhm.
The like him trying to like slap Shane,
Oh
him
my gosh,
slapping away, him
yes.
trying to put his fingers in Shane's mouth
So
fucking killed
ridiculous.
me.
Girl.
It's so good.
Yeah.
They kind of like came up with a lot of this choreography on their own because they were
Mhm.
trying to like, try stuff out and they were like filming it on Hudson's phone. They're watching it back and they see like Connor like slap him. They're like, wait, that's so good. So they like did it for the intimacy coordinator
Mhm.
and she like had to step away from the monitor because she was so like gagged by that choice.
Oh my God.
And I would have been too because
Me
it's
too.
Okay,
just so good.
what fucking thread algorithm are you on that you're like, not only do I have the tea, but I have the
Girl.
tea of the intimacy coordinator?
Right.
I
Like we're
am
so deep. I don't
I
know.
am
I,
I
I
am
don't
living,
know.
eating, breathing, sleeping, heated rivalry and nothing else
Yeah.
right now. I'm
Yes.
I'm plugged into the Matrix.
And the
I
Matrix
mean,
is
kudos.
Yeah.
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 Gosh. So the boys, they are playing a little bit of soccer outside and they just start talking about, the situation. And Ilya says that he will be a free agent next year. And he was thinking about signing with the Canadian team.
Oh.
Because he'd love not to have a Russian passport.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's
no other
Right,
all.
reason.
Yeah.
right, right,
Yeah.
right.
That's
I'm like,
all.
why can't you get an American passport after fucking playing for an American team for like
Yeah.
6, 7, 8 years? He
That
really
probably-
suck that bad?
He
Yes.
probably
Yeah.
could,
Yeah.
but he
Honestly,
wants
You
a
probably
Canadian
could.
passport.
Okay, okay.
No, yeah, for
also I
sure.
feel like I know like a US passport like holds a lot of weight, but like people are just so much nicer to Canadian
Yeah.
people like abroad. Like I feel
Yeah.
like it's like I'm Canadian.
Yeah.
Hello.
They're
Look
like,
at my
oh,
Canadian
Canadians are
passport.
so nice.
Yeah.
The only thing that I can think of that maybe would make it harder is like um just tension between America and Russia in general.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Right.
think so.
you know.
Like he definitely wouldn't be
Um,
able to hold like dual citizenship, I bet.
Yeah.
Like I feel like in
yeah.
Canada you can do a dual citizenship Russia, Canada, but I wonder if that's
You
like a thing.
can?
I
Yeah.
think you can hold a dual citizenship with like anybody in Canada. Canada and anybody, I think.
Yeah.
As far as I know. I know so many people that are like dual citizenships. And anybody who like whose grandparent has a passport that's like still European, even if they also have a Canadian passport, you could just apply for citizenship and then get a double passport
Wow.
for anything. Because
Yeah.
there's like so many immigrant culture here, I guess.
So they, after this little soccer romp, they are on the couch and they have their little footsies pressed against each
Oh,
other.
love it.
And Ilya's like, oh, I can marry Svetlana. She has a US
Shut your
citizenship.
damn mouth.
The
Yeah,
face
and
he
she would help
makes.
him. And
The
Shane is like,
face.
I'm so sorry. I brought you into my home. I thought we were having a great time. And
And
then you
now
just
I
bring
have to
up another
kill
girl in front of
And you
me.
Svetlana.
come to
Yeah.
me on the day of my
My
daughter's wedding
yes.
and ask me to marry Svetlana.
Shane is gassed. And Ilya's
Yeah.
like, oh, it would just be for the passport, babes. And Shane says, like Ilya likes women. He could just wait and find someone that he would actually want to marry for real and, still get the passport. And Ilya says maybe, but he has this problem. I like women, yes. And everywhere I go, I'm surrounded by beautiful women and they love me. And these women are sexy and fun. But I'm always thinking about this slow fucking hockey player with beautiful freckles and a weak backhand.
And I
Oh,
died
weak
again.
backhand.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he's so boring and he drives this terrible car. And I am always wishing these women were him.
It's
Do you want this problem?
beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And Shane is like, do you want that problem to go away? And Ilya says, I don't ever want that problem to ever go away. Two evers.
Deceased.
Did not need that. Two evers. He's like, oh, I'm doubling down.
And Hudson Williams' little eyes are really
Yes.
glassy,
Listening.
Listening.
in the sunlight.
Yes. And Shane tells him, don't marry Svetlana. We can figure something else out. We can figure something
We.
else out.
Marry
We.
me.
Yes.
Choose
Love
me.
me.
Love
Yes,
me.
you'll never have to
Yes.
be alone.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like, I feel like episode 5, that is Connor's episode. Episode 6, this is Hudson's moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
really
yeah.
fucking shines.
He
Like,
ate that. He ate it.
oh
Mhm.
my God. Like, even when he's like, oh, everywhere I go, I'm surrounded by beautiful women. They love me. He's like, sounds rough. And just like
Yeah.
the
He
tears
gets
build
so
Yes.
upset. And I'm like, how dare?
Yeah.
I was like,
Dare.
Ilya, get to the point. This man is
Yeah.
freaking out right now.
I know.
Absolutely.
But he knows what he's doing. And he's like, no, listen.
It's the
Yeah.
banter.
I love
The
you. And I'm
banter is so
obsessed with you.
good.
Yeah.
Yes,
So good.
yes.
And I'm so glad we finally
Absolutely.
get a mention of the freckles because I've been admiring
Yeah.
them all
Yes.
season.
Absolutely. It's like the last episode, this is the first time anyone said it out loud, I feel like.
Say it out
OMG.
loud.
Yeah.
Those freckles, I read in an interview that Hudson said he and Lola Tung have the same freckle artist.
Oh, I love that.
I love
Incredible.
that.
Yeah.
That's-
Also, that's actually crazy that y'all mentioned this. I didn't realize that because this whole book, Ilya's talking about Shane's freckles the entire time. This is the first time I realized he only said it out loud.
Yeah.
Oh, funny.
So funny. I
That's
thought it
like-
was weird because I saw these photos of Hudson and I was like, this man doesn't have freckles. And then I
Yeah.
like paid more attention. I was like, oh,
Yeah. He has that
Interesting.
glass skin IRL.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
It's that 20-minute
Yep.
skincare routine.
Yes.
And I watch every single
I know,
minute
I
of
watch
it.
every second.
Yeah. But
That man
it's-
has ADHD.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But
Shane
it's-
stays up all night. Shane is the meme of Charlie Day in
Yeah.
Always Sunny.
Yes.
With the
Oh my gosh, in the
string.
mailroom.
He's his mother's
Yes.
son. Yes.
And he's like, I know how to fix this. I have a fully formed plan. So the plan is Ilya signs to Ottawa, which is a 2-hour drive to Montreal, which I guess is kind of true, but like that drive is kind of bad, but whatever. They can start to
Anything for
change
love.
anything for love. Like I guess like in the
Mhm.
grand scheme of things, like those are probably the two closest teams to each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
And it just happens that he's already in Montreal, so that works out.
Yeah.
2 hours from each other, they could change the narrative and they can start a charity together, but like a real one, something that they both care about, and they can still play hard against each other. But when people see them out and about, it wouldn't look crazy because like they have this like charity together, and then he could apply for citizenship, and when they both retire, they could be together for real, which I do think is a really good plan, actually. Like
Yeah.
all things considered, like especially it's like
just a really long plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I guess if it's like, okay, we can't come out at all, so what are our options? Like if that's like this, like
The alternative. Yeah.
Yeah.
right, like that's the standard, I guess, in the plan.
Yeah.
So it's like we have to work around that. Ilya is like, wow, you're really thinking that far ahead. And then Shane is like, yeah, I do about things like this. And he asks if he wants to be together. And Shane says so much it scares him. Ilya tears up and looks away. Shane pulls his face back to him and they kiss. and I scream for the 40th time this episode. Ilya says, "I love you" in Russian twice as he kisses Shane before saying it in English through tears. Like full throwing up at this point. And then Shane says, "Holy shit." And Ilya gets scared. And then Shane says it back. And it's like a breath of relief that they can both just like finally say it out loud. And Shane asks if it's fucking, oh my God. And Shane asks if it, why am I so dyslexic today? Shane asks if it fucking kills him too. And Ilya says, not anymore. This scene was crazy because it's like he's already said, "I love you" in Russian on the phone in like the tunnel.
Times.
Right. And then it's like he says it finally. And then like he says it. And then it's like Shane is finally just like,
yeah. Oh, it's so beautiful.
Oh, it's so good. Connor's face and his voice when he says "I love you" in English, I was like, oh my God. I immediately rewound and like rewatched that scene again. I was like, holy shit.
I watched that scene. I was like, is romance alive? Like, can I experience romance again? Is it possible to be romantic?
When is a man gonna cry and tell me he loves me again? I need my boyfriend to start crying more.
So you're telling me we all have been dating gay men this whole time. That's what mistake I've been making.
It might be the only way.
Yeah, but it's just perfect. I love that he says it in Russian twice before he finally gets like the nerve to say it in English. And when he says, after Shane is like, "Holy shit," he's like, I'm like, how are you gonna backpedal that?
Okay. All right, this ought to be good.
Have you guys ever had somebody tell you that they love you when you don't mean it back, and then them trying to backpedal? Have you ever had that experience of?
No, but I've told people I love them. I probably shouldn't have, because for my own protection, I shouldn't have done that.
That's so valid.
Yeah,
but no one's ever said it. Like, I've never said it and have someone be like, "Yo, yo, yo." It was more of like, I shouldn't have done that, but I did it. Like, I shouldn't have been in love with them at all.
Right.
Yeah.
You have.
I had a guy.
Sorry, I'm pointing at Christina. I'm like, Christina has. I totally forgot.
I have 2 instances that came.
That's fucking insane. Yeah. Shut up.
I had
it must be so hard.
Well,
that's rough.
One of them was actually very rough for me. But it was kind of different. One of them was like, it was like this harrowing, like 2-year, like just pain fest of a situationship that I suffered through. And I was having a bit of a breakdown about something. I was like having a crisis about something, and I was like talking to him about it. I was like really nervous about something, and he sends me this like voice note basically trying to like help reassure me and calm me down about everything. And he like accidentally said "I love you" in it. He was like there, he's like, you have all these people that care about you, I love you. And then he kind of like paused.
Oh no. That's when you know.
And went like, and then like continued on talking.
Right. Delete the voice notes.
But you can not send a voice note.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
But he still sent it. But like the audio was like really fucked up because he like his headphones were like half plugged in. So it was like very hard. I had to like fucking blast that volume to hear the whole thing. So then he was like, oh my God, I just realized you can't even like hear anything. And he re-recorded the voice note but didn't say it that time and sent it. And that had me like really crashing out. The other time,
I would have too, 100%.
Yeah, the other time was like a friend who like confessed, and not the one from middle school, this is a different one, who confessed that like they had feelings for me, and I didn't feel the same. So we weren't like dating or anything, but yeah, those are the 2 ones that came to mind for me. But for the first one, I was in love with him, so it was like brutal.
Yeah.
No.
Ouch.
Yeah.
No. I feel like there's a couple that are LOLs, but I will not get into it. I will just say the one. I had a friend come and visit, and like he was a friend of mine that I would consider like one of my best friends in high school. And then I realized as an adult that like he was like but I'm a nice guy kind of guy, and like he wasn't a nice guy. So like, but like from my like friendship of him in like high school, and then he came and visited me at university. We went to like this party. He like crashed in my bed because we were just like very platonic friends. and I was like asleep and I heard him kind of like say something and I was like, I'm just gonna pretend to be asleep because I'm exhausted. I don't want to have to like have a conversation with this man.
Yeah.
And he goes, Becca, are you still awake? And I'm like pretending to be asleep because I don't want to talk. And he's like, Becca, I love you. And I was like, ooh, and I kind of like shifted away. And then he said it a second time and was like, Becca, I love you. And I was like, we are never going to address this again. And I really kind of hope he listens to this episode because I have, he won't, he absolutely won't. But like, that
Make it
was,
viral. Make it viral.
Yeah.
my friends and I talk about this all the time because like this man later tried to like match with my best friend on Hinge. Like there was just like
Ugh.
so many things where it's like, but I'm just a nice guy. And I'm like, you have done
No.
horrific things in the guise of being a nice guy. And then telling me you love me in the middle of the night when I was asleep was like the cherry on
He was
top.
having his rom-com moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. But yeah.
There
Yeah.
are a couple of times now I'm like, let me like dig deep in there.
Right.
My boyfriend who I dated at the beginning of college, I said I love you to probably too early, whatever. And he
Right.
was like, "Oh, I don't want to just say that and not fully mean it. Like
Ugh,
I,
been there.
whatever." I ended up breaking up with him, not because of that, just like later on, whatever.
Right.
And he tried to get me back for so fucking long. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
My boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend of like 4 years, I told him I loved him like a month or so into dating, and he was like, it took him a week to like say it back. And
You didn't spiral? I would have spiraled.
no, I didn't spiral because I'm like, to be honest with you, I've never said it and been like, they don't love me. I'm like, they love me.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
fair. That's
Yeah,
fair.
like I have a mental illness. Like I'm too confident. But definitely like, yeah, I don't know. I just not something I feel like too guarded about.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's
Like
valid.
I'm pretty
You're like, I love, and that's me.
Yeah.
I just love. I love
Exactly.
Connor. I love Hudson. I love
Yes.
Shane. I love Ilya.
I love all my exes, but no longer.
Yeah.
We gotta start saying it in Russian to people now. Really spice it up.
Exactly.
What is it? Love, love.
Yeah, тебя люблю.
Oh.
I don't know
Ooh,
if that
How'd you guys
was.
retain that? What the
girl.
fuck?
I don't know. I've watched the
Catch
show
me
too many
doing
times.
Duolingo Russian.
Yeah, тебя люблю. Люблю. I don't know. I don't know how to wrap my mouth around that. Like,
Yeah.
Actually, you say that. I'm surprised there hasn't been a Duolingo ad with them now that you
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
that. They're
True.
usually on top of shit like that.
Get them in get the creepy bird together.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
let him rip.
Yeah, get
Yeah.
the Canadian wolf bird in there.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to. That was a full derail. That was actually my
No,
fault.
it's all
No,
good, all
my bad.
good.
Once again. But yes, I don't know
So,
where we
Yeah,
were.
I've
yeah.
had to
Right?
I've had to reject people in general, but not like in the I love you. You know, I've
Yeah.
had people like tell me they have feelings for me and be like, oh,
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
yeah.
think that's best. Like,
Yeah.
it's not great, but it's like,
Oh, for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
No, I have. Oh gosh, that really awoken something in me, Mo, your story, because I like my first boyfriend. It was like around 4 months, you know, so like not a crazy time. It was just kind of like getting around that time where you like feel like you're gonna say it.
Mm.
Okay.
And low key, I think what jump started us breaking up was him just like not wanting to say, but I refused to say it first.
yeah, fair.
That'll
Glad
do
I did
it.
it. Very glad I
No.
did it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, I remember thinking in that moment, I was like, I don't think I am in love with him, but I think I like could.
Right.
That's the
Right.
telltale sign, girly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like he's better than the slop that I've had before, you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
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 Right.
That's what we should
Better
all
than the
aspire.
slop that I've
Yeah.
had before.
That's the bar for men.
Whatever.
But speaking of a true and pure love,
Yes.
we have this really beautiful shot of Ilya smoking a cigarette on the like boulder outside of Shane's cottage as the sun is rising. And Shane comes over with, cups of coffee or tea for them and a blanket, and they sit together and they watch the sunrise, and it's just absolutely stunning. Especially it's such a stark contrast to the last time we saw them in like a sunrise sunset kind of situation where they had a bit of distance between each other, but not anymore. We also get another scene of them having sex. It's like very intimate.
Hmm.
And
Mhm.
Shane looks back at Ilya and he asks if this is real. And Ilya says yes.
That was a really sweet moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And afterwards, they're laying in each other's arms, and Shane asks Ilya what his mom's name was, Serena. And he says that he was thinking that they start a hockey school for kids and they give all of the money away to mental health organizations and suicide preventions. And we get this beautiful line from Ilya. He says, "She would have loved you like I love you."
I'm gonna cry again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This whole episode just got me so good. I watched this on my way to Winnipeg over Christmas and like
Mhm.
I'm bawling,
Yeah.
bawling my fucking eyes out en route to
Oh, I
Winnipeg.
saw your
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're like,
Like,
were you on a plane? Because like bold move watching this on a plane.
I was like, I need to know what happens. I was like I need to know. The
Yeah.
man beside me was like side-eyeing me and I was bawling and my boyfriend was asleep and I was like, I'm unwell. And this got me so good.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I need to pause. Like I had to like dab my eyes, like, oh,
Yeah.
just so beautiful.
It's
So
stunning.
beautiful.
And like I love you, Lily, Lily, his name in
Oh,
Shane's phone.
Shut up. Shut up.
That's some Taylor Swift
Get
theory
your
shit.
brain back, yo. That's crazy.
Yeah. And not something that I noticed. I saw that on Twitter. That's not
Okay,
an original
okay.
thought by me. But
Because I was like,
yeah,
if
But it could
if it
be.
was original, I would need a wellness check
no,
done on your
no,
ass.
no. But it is beautiful. It's beautifully delivered. And
It
then
is.
Shane
Yeah.
asks him, please say it again in Russian.
And you know that
quick
man
too.
remembers
He remembers.
everything.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
knows when he says it in
Hmm.
Russian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Я
Yeah.
тебя люблю.
Y'all might have already known about this. In the second book, Shane is actually trying to learn Russian, right? So Ilya will test him
yeah.
in little ways.
Mhm.
So he'll say like, send it in English, and then he'll say like it's supposed to be something like my sweetheart or like my love in Russian, right? That's like the implication. But he'll say something incorrect, like my tomato, to see if Shane will pick
Yeah.
up that he said the wrong word.
Cute.
So I love that
That's
with
so cute. That's so
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah. So we go to Shane and Ilya swimming. Ilya's in the water. Shane is just on a boulder. And it's very cute, very lovey-dovey, very water shoes on
Mhm.
for some reason
Yeah.
that
No
really
budget
stuck
for a
out to
dock,
me.
so we've got a
Yeah.
rock.
A
I don't know
rock.
why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
Jacob
like,
Tierney was like, you guys gotta go in this water. I don't fucking know
yeah.
what's in there.
Give me
Wear
kiss.
some water shoes.
Yeah. Fair.
I did love the give me
Give me
kiss.
kiss.
Hold.
Yeah.
Oh my God, a
Yes.
beautiful moment.
Yeah.
Give me a kiss.
He like splashed him. What if my phone was in there?
Yes.
It's not.
Shane,
Yeah.
we're in love. Can you
Yeah.
Yeah.
just
Or like, how's the water? You're in it, but I want to know how you like it.
Oh my
oh,
God.
okay. Sorry, take like I'm possessed, you know?
Anyway.
So they walk back to the house and he's like, this is when he's like, do you want pasta or hot dogs?
Yep.
And
Want some
then
pasta?
they have a little kiss. They share a kiss on the glass. We boop, pan out. Oh fuck, it's Shane's dad.
Fuck! And now it's a horror movie.
And now
Yes.
It's like my nightmare.
this
Yes.
is my I know he says it, but this is my literal
Yeah.
Yes.
nightmare.
Nobody
Like,
wants to have their parent walk in on them. Not even like obviously like having like the whole gay
Yeah.
overtone being an issue, but it's like nobody wants to have their parents walk in on them hooking up with somebody ever. So it's like,
Yeah.
never.
and in addition to everything else, like a full horror
That's
movie.
very
This
on top.
is
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
bad, bad, bad.
Yeah. So in response, uh, Shane's like, I have to like say something, like whatever. He goes out to talk to him. His dad, who I know is a sweetie pie, has like driven
I don't
away because
I
he
don't
probably
understand
is like,
this.
I think it's like very unrealistic, but
Yeah.
I think it needed to happen for them to have like a
Yeah.
moment
Yeah.
before.
For
But it
sure.
was also like driving a what the fuck?
Yes.
Yeah.
I at least like in the
Yeah.
book, like I wish they would have just had one line, which I feel like made more sense. I mean, maybe I'm just reading too much into it, but like I wish they would have had a line in the TV show that I'm pretty sure was in the book where he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Like I didn't know you had company over." Because it
Right.
Yeah,
seems
that
like
makes more sense.
Hmm.
he left because he just walked in on his child talking to him. He's like, "Oh, I wasn't supposed to see that. Let me get
Yeah.
out of
Yeah,
here."
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So Shane is obviously freaking the fuck out. He's like, "Oh my God, this is my nightmare. Like, this is my worst fucking nightmare." And Ilya now totally like just in boyfriend mode, right? Like he's
Mhm.
in love. They're being open with each other. He's like, "Hey, now maybe it's time to wake up." He never once says, "Yo, you can't tell him. I'm
Mhm.
upset that he saw me." He
No.
is
Mhm.
just there for
That's
his
actually a good
boyfriend.
point. I didn't even think about that. You're right.
Yeah.
He's like, you're experiencing trauma. Let's sort this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he like now that he is like on board, I feel like tomorrow he'd be like, "Let's make the announcement."
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
low-key
Right.
kind of is. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like one of the biggest things of the second book is that Ilya feels not necessarily ready to come out. He's like, I do have these same fears, but it's so different. I mean, like he has no plans to go back to Russia.
Yeah.
All of his family's dead or dead to him. You know, he doesn't have as many attachments.
Hmm.
What he does have, his attachment is Shane, which he has to
Yeah.
hide away.
Right.
Mhm.
And so that's like a really big thing that they both have to work on is that Shane is like, obviously, I want to come out. Like, obviously, I want to be with you,
Yeah.
but it's just a little bit different. So yeah, Ilya really has no inhibitions. He's like, this is my man. I want everybody to know.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Give me your whole contact list. I'll tell everybody personally
Mhm.
myself.
He
Yeah.
Yeah.
said, "Ooh, that's my man."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he comforts Shane and says it's scary, but he's brave and he offers to go with him, which I was like, yes,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
wanted that so badly. And Shane is like, "You would come with me?" And he's like, "Of course. Of course, because we're a team
Yes.
now.
Yes.
We're a package deal."
hmm
Hmm.
And he just says so many kind things to Shane throughout this, like really trying to calm him down.
Yeah,
Like it is scary, like validating it, like it is scary, but you are a very brave person. Like we're
Yeah.
gonna get through this.
Yeah.
totally.
So they go to David and Eunice's house and they walk in. David immediately apologizes and said that he was just picking up his charger. And Shane tells them that he's gay and he apologizes for not telling them sooner. And he introduces them to Ilya. He's like, oh, this is Ilya Rozanov, but you probably already know that. Um, Ilya refers to them as lovers because they don't have a label yet, you know, they
Uh,
have yet to
Yeah, yeah.
DTR.
this is
Yeah.
And
Ilya,
so
my we're lovers.
He's like,
Ilya,
exactly.
no,
Ilya's
that's
gross.
Don't say that.
gross.
It's gross.
And his mom is like, but you hate him. And he's
Right.
like, I know you why you'd think that, but I actually love him.
And his mom's just like,
Oh
and his
boy.
dad's
Oh,
like, I still don't have my fucking charger.
yes. So they all decide to sit down, and Eunice says, you know, that we suspected that Shane might be gay, but they didn't really expect the Ilya part of it.
Yeah.
One of
Mhm.
my fave lines I think is so funny is when Shane's dad was like, were there no nice men in Montreal? And
Yeah.
Shane was like, probably.
I don't know. I didn't
Yeah.
look at him.
And they start to wonder when it happened. And Shane's dad is like, oh, like you guys had so much chemistry at the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
I'm sure you wish it
Babes.
started at the All-Star
Babes,
game.
babes,
Could have
babes,
saved us all a
babes.
lot of pain and
Yes.
I
suffering.
know.
Shane is like, since our rookie year, he's like, it was the summer before. You know, I remember this. I cataloged it in my dream journal.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes. And so Yuna is really, really shocked. And they clarified that they haven't been in love the whole time,
Hmm.
just
Debatable.
lovers. Yeah, debatable. And Ilya's like, sorry, Yuna is like, have you ever let Boston win? And Shane is like, what the hell?
I love that she's like, that's what her concern is. She's like,
Yes.
I've been a
Yeah.
lifelong Montreal
Yeah.
fan. And Montreal fans are crazy, by the
Yeah.
way. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Oh shit.
I've been a lifelong fan. This man is about to what? Win because you have feelings for
Yeah.
Boston?
Ugh.
And Shayna's like, "Excuse me, I'm your son. I know the
Mhm.
card games that go between you two. All
Yeah.
right. You don't let him win, I don't let him win. Okay, I
Yeah.
keep him in check." So they say that they just plan to keep a secret. They try to talk about, their intentions to go forward until they retire. And Yuna's like, that is really sad because it
Yeah.
Yeah.
is. Um, Shane's dad is like really confused about the whole Ilya part. He's like, Ilya, I just heard you're such a ladies' man. And he's
Feels like
like,
such a dad
it,
thing to say too.
it does
Yeah.
not come true, you know.
Yeah.
And he talks about how, Ilya's bi, but he's only been in love with one person.
And that bike conversation really shook me where I was like,
Yeah,
we're covering a lot of bases here. What's
we
going
are.
on?
Yeah.
Yes.
We are. We really
Yeah.
are. Yeah, we really had to speed run this this
Yeah.
conversation. It does look like it takes place over many hours, but yeah, we learn a lot of
Yeah.
info.
It felt like
Um,
it was like 5 minutes, and I was like, we dedicated like 10 minutes to Canadian wolf birds, and I was like, and he's bi. Moving on.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Eat
boom,
some
boom,
pasta.
boom.
Yeah.
yeah,
His mom's like, I need a
classic.
fucking drink. They
Exactly.
made pasta, like they've been there for hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yes. They
Yeah.
have been there for hours. They say they've only been in love with each other, which is so super sweet.
Beautiful. Yeah.
We get a call back to the foot touch under the table,
Oh,
Yeah.
so
the
good.
little comfort for each other. And this is when Yuna's like, I gotta go
Yeah.
I gotta get some wine, I gotta get a drink.
And then
Mhm.
Shane follows her out, and he's like, I need to tell you that I really did try. I just can't help it, and I'm
Ugh.
sorry. And Yuna's heart breaks into 1,000 pieces.
Mine
And
do too.
she's like, you have nothing to apologize for. I'm sorry for you for not making you think that you couldn't tell me. And she's just so proud of him and like asks for forgiveness. And then I bawl my eyes out for like the 47th time in
Yeah.
this episode, like literally like tearing up reading this now. Like, oh,
Yeah.
Shane tears up, I tear up. Shane tears up. They hug. He says that he forgives her, and they go back inside to eat pasta because
I also just
the
love
theme
Yeah,
is
that.
we
pasta
gotta talk
this
about this.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that Shane doesn't say like it's okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. True.
Yeah.
Like he says I
Yeah.
forgive you. I thought that was
Hmm.
like so it's oh my God,
It
it's
was
such a
such a
beautiful
Yeah.
scene.
powerful moment of like, first of all, him saying, I am so sorry that
Yeah.
I did this and I fucked up and I couldn't change, you
Right.
know, which all like I'm like heartbroken.
Yeah.
You're
Right.
perfect. Then her being like she feels bad that she created an environment where he didn't feel
Mm-hmm.
comfortable talking
Mm-hmm.
to her, which is like I think as a parent must be one of your worst fears
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you
Right.
love your kid to be like, don't like I want to know things about you. I want you to feel like you can talk to me.
Right.
And then yeah, just being like, will you forgive me? And
Yeah.
she's like, I forgive you.
Yeah.
Oh,
And also
yeah.
like he has such a hard time during this conversation even looking at her and her
Oh my
like
gosh.
her
Yes.
being
Yeah.
like no look at me so that I can like really connect with you
Yeah.
and make
Mhm.
you feel like accepted and loved and like all the pride of like that has not gone anywhere because of this
Mhm.
Right.
information. Yeah.
And it's just like such a like testament to see, obviously, like we talked about this already, like the difference between like both of their families and for
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
his family to just like be there and for like them to just immediately be like, Ilya, you're part of the family,
Yeah.
really. Like,
Yeah.
here's
Yeah.
some pasta. Like, I saw this thing online where someone was like, is this his first like home cooked mom meal since he was
Yeah.
12? And
Oh
I'm
my
like,
Yeah.
and now
gosh.
I'm crying all over again. I
Oh
was like,
my
of course
gosh.
he's eating it so fast. I
Yeah.
was like, of course.
He's like, this is some damn good pasta. What's the recipe? And she's just like,
Literally,
progresso. Like,
it's
It's
literally just
prego.
yeah,
prego,
and some noodles.
Yeah.
classico.
Yeah, especially
Classico, really.
when you contrast it to that like family dinner we saw him having
Right.
like at his father's funeral, where it's
Yeah.
Dark,
all just
Horrible.
so
moody.
contained, so stoic, and he's able to
Hmm.
like just feel comfortable here.
Right. Yeah, they like even he doesn't have like a conversation with his dad being like, we only get Russian vodka.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's
I
the
was
just
like,
same
there's a
Yeah.
bottle.
war there.
It's the same bottle of vodka that Ilya was drinking at the like ambassadors party
oh
during
Oh,
the
I
my
was
Olympics.
gosh.
wondering.
Yeah,
dang.
it's
Prop
that same blue
master
bottle.
saved the bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just really love these scenes. Like
Yeah,
Shane
this
coming
scene's
out to his mom
beautiful.
was absolutely incredible. I think it healed a lot of queer people in general, whether that was their experience, whether their
Yeah.
experience was different.
Like a
Like,
wishful experience. Like, yeah.
yes, it's low-key like
this is gonna get a little crazy. You can't cut it out. But there's this one scene in Jojo Rabbit, right, where the mom's talking to like this Jewish girl in, Germany in the 1940s, being like, if one of us survives, they lose.
Yeah.
Like if one of
Right.
us is alive, they have lost. And that's just kind of how I feel about this scene. I'm like, damn, it's like it's not even me, and my coming out story was fine and my parents were chill with it and everything, but I'm like, I know not everybody gets that. I'm like, damn, if just one of us wins, then like all of us do for real.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's so beautiful. And I think it
Mhm.
just speaks to all of the other coming out scenes, like the one with Rose. Like it's just so well done.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, they go back inside, eat some pasta, and Yuna is
Mhm.
like, move out of the way, Chris Jenner,
Yeah.
momager of the
Yeah.
year.
I could get some premium brands in on
Mhm.
this.
Absolutely. And
I'll
like,
get Absolute Tequila to sponsor you. Like,
yes.
Oh my God, the gayest.
Yes. Do I think that all of these brands would immediately pull out? Absolutely. But alas, here we are. Love this for Momager.
Yes.
Um, Shane is like, okay, like I'm not coming out just yet. We just want a future. And then Ilya reveals that he actually briefly spoke to my husband, my lover, Scott Hunter, but
Right.
not about them, just was like, you're brave for what you did, which I
Yeah.
think is interesting that he did that and like Shane didn't when like they played together on the same team, but like
Mm.
yeah.
um
In the book,
I
Shane emails Scott. And he
email.
like, yeah,
Oh.
he emails Scott and he thinks about it for a long time because he just wants to say the right thing. So he tries to say it of like, oh, I think what you did is brave without revealing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Ilya conversation is actually like after Scott's speech, he's like, hey, if y'all want to come to this gay bar, they're having a Scott Hunter night, like we'll hang out, we'll
Oh,
be queer,
funny.
whatever. Kind of like a whole thing to the audience that's there. And like Ilya is one of the few people that isn't on Scott's team that like takes him up on it. And they
Hmm.
like go to the Scott Hunter night at the gay bar or whatever.
That's
Um,
cute.
and then that's when they talk
Aw.
about stuff.
Yeah.
Right, right, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's another
Interesting.
reason why it's like Ilya is like this is like I want a future with you. Like
Yeah.
he says this changed something for me at least.
Yes.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. And that's what kind of starts freaking Shane out because then it's like
Yeah.
becoming real. Not only like now two people now like know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but beyond that, now we're talking about telling everyone. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
he gets like super overwhelmed. He
Yeah.
starts having a panic attack. And like obviously everybody notices very quickly.
Hmm.
And he's like,
Yeah.
I'm fine, I'm just freaking out. I'll be okay
Yeah.
in a minute.
Been
But
there.
yeah, but Ilya rubs his back and he says, you're good here. Your family is here. Your boyfriend is here. You're good here.
And we all cry again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who stopped crying? Not me. I've been crying
No.
for the last hour.
Yeah. And Shane looks up and he just goes, my boyfriend? Because they still haven't technically put a
Right.
label on
Define the
it.
relationship.
Yeah. And Ilya's like, I mean, yes, I think so.
Probably. Yeah.
Probably.
He's so funny.
Yeah. And he just like gives him a little kiss. And we cut over to Yuna and David and like the tears in Yuna's eyes as she just says, since rookie season. Because it's like,
Summer before.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
Summer
oh my God,
before.
this is somebody who has been there for my son
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
these years. This is somebody who has looked out for him, who has cared for him. Like she sees how quickly Ilya is able to like break Shane out of his like panic attack and
Right,
his
right,
spiral.
right.
Yeah.
Like just filled with so much like, oh my God, I'm so happy he has this person
Yes.
Right.
there to love and care for him.
Yes.
Because that's all you could ever want as a parent is for like your
Yeah.
child to find somebody who will love you, your child as much as you do.
Hmm.
So yeah, I just thought it was beautiful. So simple. Just say since rookie season, but so loaded. Yeah. So Shane and Ilya leave. They make a future like dinner plan with David and Yuna. Ilya thanks them for pasta. They
Pasta.
get in the car. They drive off into the sunset back
To
to
my
the
new favorite
cottage.
fucking
Yeah, yeah.
And we all watched all the way to the end because they
Mhm.
play the credits all the way
Because
through an unbroken
I needed the
shot
full
of.
3 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then that's when you see the thing at the end that says a product of Canada brought to you by Taxpayers.
Yep. And I said,
Hell
"You're
yeah,
welcome."
that's
Yeah.
us.
I see in the special thanks the city of Toronto. That's me, babe.
That's me.
That's me. You're welcome.
I can't.
Yeah. So that is Heated Rivalry.
Yeah.
Okay, we have been recording. It's
Yeah.
12:45 now. We've been recording since
Yeah.
7
I
for
wake up in
context.
5 hours.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm
so
s-
sorry, guys. Thank you
I'm
for
so
being
sorry
patient for
for
my
the I'm so
work
sorry for the
schedule.
listeners. I'm so sorry for Christina who has to edit this.
I mean, I'm
I
happy to
I'm
know.
do
so sorry
it.
for Mo who has to wake up for a job.
But
That's
yeah,
okay.
what a ride. What a beautiful
Oh,
TV show. Genuinely one of the best shows I've seen in years.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck, the amount that they managed to do with these 6 episodes is crazy.
Bro.
Yeah.
And
Magic.
we made like a little video about this recently, but the thing that has struck me the most about this show and what I think sets it apart from other romance shows that we've seen lately is that it is not afraid to put like the romance at like the forefront. Like
Yeah.
the
Totally.
love story is the plot. We don't have like weird side plots about like money or whatever, like all this other like shit.
Hmm.
This is a story that knows that the love story is enough to like stand on its own and sustain the
Totally.
show.
Totally.
And that is like what is the huge draw for me.
Yeah, I think that it like going into it, like we said, like I was meant to have gone to like the premiere. When I saw like the invite come in, I was like, oh, like a gay hockey show that I haven't heard of. This is gonna be fun. Like I was like, I'm excited by this premise. And then when it started blowing up online, and I was like, oh, it was a book. Okay, so the book talk girlies are excited. It's like, oh, it's kind of smutty. Like that kind of intrigues me a bit.
Yeah.
When you sit down and like, no matter what somebody tells you about this, you're not mentally prepared for just like how deeply connected I think the writing brings you to the characters, to the acting brings you to the
Yeah.
characters. Like this story is so, no matter who you are, you're going to get something out of the story. You're going to get something out of like one of these love
Hmm.
characters, whatever. Like I just feel like on every level they did such a good job. And if they didn't do this good of a job, like none of us would be talking about this. Like it wouldn't have
Yeah.
Right.
blown up the way that it did. And it just I'm just so happy for this little Canadian show and
Yeah.
I just love it so much.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Totally. I
uh,
mean, how often do we get to see, oh, like, why is the train even running at this point? I'm like,
We can't hear
fuck
well,
a
I can't hear
24-hour train.
it. Don't they know
Um,
I'm working?
Yeah.
Yeah.
do they know I'm in the fucking studio laying down tracks right now?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that the earnest quality of the show is what kind of allows you to go on the ride. Like we have we had this like amazing acting teacher who always said it's not cliche if it's heartfelt.
Yeah.
And I really just feel
Right.
like the heart of the show comes through so clearly
yeah.
that like I know it's a joke slash like a fun thing to say like, oh, the gay hockey show, but it really is about a romance that people grow into that is
Hmm.
like as I mean essentially it's like a forbidden romance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
Yeah.
a it's an enemies turn lovers except were they ever enemies to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um
It's like fall hard, fall harder type. Like
oh
Yeah.
there's a
my
lot of
God, yeah.
fantastic tropes that it like hits,
Hmm.
it checks off, which I think has been really fun too.
Yeah, and
But
it's just
yeah.
like is it so bad and like not worthy of praise to like love a show that's like love wins.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
For
sorry.
real.
Hmm.
Call
Right.
me a millennial, but
Yeah.
love wins.
You're so right, bestie. That's what and it really like I think Scott's speech and the final episode is like really like the core of the whole show, you know?
Yeah.
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 Like
It's giving
uh
prologue,
yes, he
epilogue.
was like, I was really scared, but I found something greater than fear,
Yeah.
which is love, you know?
Hmm.
It's gonna conquer all. It's gonna help you through all this stuff. And I also really love, I mean, I know I'm jumping the gun with like the second book and everything, but I think it really starts to show like the importance of community because we not only see that with Shane, but like they start to feel less lonely the more and more people that they have around them.
Yeah.
They start to get little friends more and more and they start sharing more of themselves. Even like Ellie's therapist, one of his homework assignments is that he just has to tell one person. Like Shane has a lot of people right now that he can lean on, but Ilya doesn't really in the book at the moment.
Yeah.
So he's like, you know, just go find like one person that you really trust. Like there's got to be one person, besides that isn't
Hmm.
directly tied to Shane that you can tell and have these conversations with.
Right.
Yeah.
Um, and so yeah, I just really hope that this show I I want to have faith, but I know Hollywood.
Yeah.
I just really hope that the show really they take away the good parts of it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not that we want more hockey shows.
No.
It's not
No,
that. We want
that's
more
not.
romance.
In fact, we
Yeah.
need less hockey in our
Yeah.
hockey shows,
Right.
actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's at the crux of this, that queer people writing queer stories is always going to be, really important, very incredible. It can resonate with a lot of people that aren't queer,
Yeah.
you know,
Hmm.
how
Yeah.
like we can watch straight shows. Like I can watch Bridgerton and
Yes.
be
Yeah.
like, "Oh my gosh, that's great." It really can go both ways. And not to be all kumbaya or whatever, but I just feel like really end of the at the end of the show, it really is about the importance of the people that you have around you and supporting you through
Hmm.
all this. And I don't know, it just makes me like hopeful for the future, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Shout out to the straight
You
girlies that have
know,
loved this show. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean,
yes.
it
Happy to do
really
my
You're like
job.
half of the
That's
audience
it.
that's really pushing it up. I appreciate it.
it's an honor and a privilege,
Yeah.
frankly.
What can I say? Yes, yes.
And I mean, I know there's been a lot of discourse online about the fact that this show does have such like a huge female audience.
Hmm.
A straight female audience, gay, queer, trans,
But
like
that's
there's
only the people who are talking about it. Like, how do we know
Yes.
that
yeah.
guys aren't resonating or are just even afraid to watch it
Yeah.
because not everyone's secure with
Hmm.
whatever? And
Yeah.
like,
And also, I feel like, not for nothing, but it's like primarily the people talking on the internet are women. So it's like,
Yes.
I feel like
Yeah.
yeah.
influencers skew women. Like there's people that are like outwardly putting themselves out there is women, and this is something trendy to talk about. So I'm
Yeah.
sure
Yeah.
there's lots of closeted hockey players who are secretly watching this over Christmas break, hiding from
Yeah.
their families,
Yeah.
and I'm glad that they have this show to watch.
Yeah.
For
And it's just
sure.
it's so like lovely and refreshing as like a straight woman to see men in these like vulnerable
Totally.
situations where you're not having to like basically have like a self-insert
Yeah.
relationship with like the
Yeah.
woman in the
Yeah.
situation because often like when you see men in vulnerable states in romantic shows it's like the woman has to do a lot of emotional labor to either like
Yeah.
force
Totally.
that out of them or like support so it's just like really refreshing to be like oh I don't have to put myself in this story in a
Yeah.
like heterosexual power dynamic because
Hmm.
that's
Yeah.
always going to permeate any sort of heterosexual relationship, like I can just watch these two people grapple these things and I can identify with them for whatever reason, but I'm
Yeah.
not like forced to identify with one because they're a woman.
Yes, totally. And
Um,
Exactly.
the women in the show were all written, I feel like, very well. Like, I feel
yes.
like
Yes.
none of the
Yeah.
women. Can I think of a time that this show passed the Bechdel test? No.
No.
But I do think that all the women were still written really well,
Yeah.
Yes.
which I think is sadly the bar is hell. We all
Yeah.
know the bar is hell,
Yeah.
but I do
Yes.
think that like I do appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And I also think like with this discourse, I'd like lend people to think of like what's actually coming out about this show, right? We have this really big like straight woman audience, but what's like the takeaway? That we all love this, that we love
Hmm.
queer love, and that we want to keep
Yes.
things happening. The takeaway, of course, is that men are hot, but I would say that
Yes.
like the bigger takeaway
Yes.
that we all have are like what such a beautiful story this is.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of people do kind of like pigeonhole the show as like people refer to it as softcore porn or they're like, "Oh, you're just
That's
you're
so
fetishizing them."
diminutive.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Hmm.
"You're actually the one who's putting them in that box."
Because you didn't watch the show and you're just
Yeah.
reading the headlines and
Yeah.
deciding to say something
Like,
clickbaity.
why is it that everyone's talking about the cottage, not like, oh my God, did you see them fucking in the shower? Like,
Yeah.
that's
Right.
No.
not the
Exactly.
point. That's not
Yeah,
Yeah.
the,
totally,
Yeah.
totally.
Yes.
yeah.
We're talking
And
about she would have loved you like I love you. Like
yes.
that's what we're talking
Yes.
Yeah.
about.
And
Yes.
also, it's the freaking point of the book is for them to have sex. Like it is a slow burn emotionally.
Yeah.
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 You
Yeah.
know, it's not like like Kip and Scott, they actually have like conversations where they get to know each other before they have sex. Like it is not the same with these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the
And
part of
haven't we all been there?
yes.
Yeah.
And that's the
And
part of Shane figuring out his sexuality. I feel like in a lot of ways that's how I mean, I'm not saying that we all do stuff to figure out our sexuality, but it's it might seem slow and in many ways it is, but the big things that make you think are hard and fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They drop on you like a ton of bricks, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
The double entendre
ouch, I guess I have to think about this now.
Yeah.
And then you think about it for a really long time, and then another brick gets laid, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess we'll deal with this now then. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, the fact that we were able to sit here and talk about it for almost 6 hours
Yes.
and like didn't even talk about every single thing that
No.
we could have.
Oh,
No.
we
Yeah.
easily could do another 6.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you're telling me we're doing a part 2?
I can go again.
And we're like, and so here's every line
maybe
we didn't
twice.
discuss.
Yes.
I don't know, maybe twice. Yeah. But truly, thank you both so much for joining us for this like
thank you.
supersized episode.
No, thank you.
It
Thank
has
you for
been,
having me.
It has
For
been
real.
so much fun to I feel like this has been like so cathartic because I've been
Yes.
in such psychosis
On
to
the-
like just get out
We
every
finally got to
thought.
talk about it. Yes.
Totally.
Also
This
true.
is like
That's
my
also
last
true.
day before I go back to work after the holidays. So
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I must release you.
Yeah.
Take it out of me.
Yeah.
When I was over for Christmas, oh my gosh, my friends are the sweetest people in the world and I love them so much. The way that they just let me talk about this show and they hadn't really
That's so
consumed
nice.
a lot of
Yeah.
the media yet. So they're just letting me wax poetic about it for hours.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The real ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Mhm.
But yeah, sincerely, thank you so much for joining us. This was like
Yes,
so
thank you.
lovely.
Yes.
Please tell the people where to find you, where to follow you, how to support all the things.
You can find me everywhere at the Film Tripper. I mostly talk about filming locations, movie facts on the internet. I also do like interviews and stuff, but I feel like that's not really what I'm known for. But if you follow along, I've got some fun things upcoming that I don't want to say yet, but they are coming. They are going to be fun. But yeah, everywhere at the Film Tripper. And you can catch me on the other fun episodes I've been on, which are the Pitch
Yes.
Perfect 1 and 2, which are very fun, and I highly recommend going back and listening to those. Kate?
I did. I'll give you all my Instagram. So because I'm not an influencer. But my Instagram is at Kate Bates. That's an S at the end. You guys can follow me there, and I'll post a lot of stuff. What I mainly, if you guys want to see stuff from me, I promise it's on the Movies That Raised Us Instagram.
Yeah.
I
And
tell
on
my
that
friends if you
note-
send yes. Speaking of which, if y'all want to hear more of me too, I'm also on the How to Train Your Dragon episode, and I'm also on the Pride and Prejudice and Coraline episodes on the Patreon.
Yes.
We love the Patreon. I'm
The
also
Coraline episode is one of my favorite episodes. I do love that episode.
Aw, thank you.
Yes, 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 yes.
But we also have the Discord, which is a lot of fun. We also learn a lot
Yes.
about each other there, and it's really a great time. So that's probably the easiest way to hear
So you
more
might want
about.
to join the Patreon.
Yeah, thanks for the
Yeah.
plug.
No,
Yeah.
you should. The Patreon is
$5 a month.
fantastic. Yes.
Ugh.
I obviously am friends with you guys, but also started as a fan and then bullied my way into being a friend.
here
So
we
I
are.
recommend on the Patreon.
We're very susceptible to friendship.
Yeah.
You guys are.
Yeah.
As mentioned, of course, you can find us on Instagram at Movies That Raised Us. You can find us on TikTok at Movies That Raised Us Pod.
You can find us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at MTRU_pod. And you can always send us a good old-fashioned email at moviesthatraisedus@gmail.com.
And of course, you can always subscribe to us on Patreon at Movies That Raised Us. It's $5 a month. You get a little bonus episode and tons of other cool perks.
With that being said, I'm Mo.
And I'm Christina, and our theme song is by Garrett Schmidt.
Bye.
Bye.